Family-friendly service. That's American. That's American. That's American Air and Heat.
That's not their song. I don't know if they were going to like that.
No, I made that.
I know, but...
I can give a different one.
All right.
Family-friendly service. That's American Air and Heat. Yeah. They're going to get you. Gonna get you.
Hold on, I don't like
Knock
that.
you up.
No! Why you said that?
Take you to jail.
No! They don't have to take you to jail. They're
Here comes the blue light.
No. They're a fine AC company that is going to fix your AC and give you new AC.
Friendly service. That's American Air and Heat.
No, don't whisper. It's weird at the end.
People like that.
They don't like the whisper.
Butler even liked it. When he was leaving, he was like, that's it. That's the one.
AmericanAirandHeat.com. $50 to $5 complete system diagnosis.
50 to 5.
55.
Oh, I thought you said 50 to 5.
And that's,
I want the $5, please.
And that's if there's something wrong with your AC. I saw a BDM post a picture of his AC. It said 83, and he's like, it's done. If you call American Air and Heat, they're not going to upcharge you for coming in the weekend or after hours. And they'll come and for $55, get you a complete diagnosis for your whole system of what's wrong with it.
Or do what we do every single year. Tom and I get the $64.95. Now, it's not always that price. I think before it's been like $75. But $65 will get you that preventative maintenance. They'll go through, they'll walk your entire system, check room to room, and make sure that you're ready for the summer. Now, this would be the time to do that. You don't do that when it's like August, 1st. You do it now. That way, as
you don't have a problem in the summer.
I don't know about you guys, but Samantha and I walked out a little bit earlier today, and it was stinky hot.
Also, if you just moved into a new house, for $50, they do a complete whole home duct cleaning and sanitization.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, I mean, because all those former people that lived in this house you now live in had their dead skin and all their particulates in the ducts.
You know what? I'm just going to say it. Their farts were in there. You want to get out.
Clean the farts.
Clean the farts out.
Yeah, also, if you want a complete new system that me and Daniel were thinking about getting, actually, 36 months, zero interest.
I think I need it because I believe that the system I have now is a little too small for my home.
Yeah, and you get 10% off of your BDM. That's the full system and all their different stuff. If you use promo code BDM, it's 10% off.
Yes, sir.
All the
anything that they do, if you just use promo code BDM, 10% off, but you got to be a BDM. It's American Air and Heat. They've been a proud sponsor, I want to say, like upwards 3-4 years now.
I think 5.
We've used them multiple times, and they're gonna set you right, man.
Yep, AmericanAirandHeat.com.
This bit is old, nip it in the bud. We never relaxing. Podcast is always blasting. Not cashed in, not at all. Always asking Tom where the cash is. Tom and Dan got questions. What's your profession? Flip, flip, flop, cooking burgers up, best kid. Now we're calling to all over the place. We got BDMs in all 50 states. So click it and stick it. You get a podcast cranking. Goodness saking. Every day make bacon. Earbuds vibrate my brain as my boss tries to drive me insane. But I know you are a big fat slob and you work that SHIT job. And I know you are a big fat slob and you work that SHIT job. You're just a big fat slob working a shitty job. You're just a big fat slob working a job, SHIT job. You're just a big fat slob working a shitty job. Ooh, you're just a big fat slob working a job, SHIT job. Come on, slobby, work that jobby, make that money for your honey, make some cash and shake your ass. Come on.
Before podcasts were all the rage, there was Tom and Dan. And now that podcasts are extremely popular and everyone has one, there's still Tom and Dan. Still making podcasts the traditional and tried and true way, by hand, and with the same attention to detail that they always have since they started 10 years ago in a small back bedroom in Dan's house. Tom and Dan squeeze all their podcasts straight from the source, with no artificial radio replays or segment fillers. Just classic, long-form, tangent-filled conversations, the way Pod intended it to be. Live from the Streamline Mortgage Solutions studio, it's Orlando's own Tom and Dan.
Hello, this is your Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan program. We hope that you will find our presentation precise, joke heavy, and just right. Thanks.
Show number 558.
Hey, everybody. It is another Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I am Dan.
I'm Tom.
Samantha, our producer, is here. Hello, Sam.
Hey, happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day to you. What hoodie today?
The old school, the OG.
The OG
I'll
hoodie.
switch it up next week.
Travis Butler is on the toast. Hello there, Travis.
You all right?
You all right? You all right? It's also Air-Friday. Happy Air-Friday, everybody. Tom doesn't know what that is, doesn't care what that is.
I know it's about your air fryer. I just don't know why it's Air Friday.
Every Friday is Air-Friday as far as I'm concerned, sir.
How does it fry it in air?
I'll have to tell you about that. And I was wrong about it. I used to rail against air fryers. Hated air fryers.
Yeah. Now you
Because
Tables have turned.
Well, because it's a convection oven, and that's the thing that I hated. I hated the fact that everybody was like, oh, have you air fry? No, it's convection.
yeah.
You know, it's like people sous vide. No. It's a precision circulator. You know, it's a cooker. You know, it's not. But today is Air-Friday, and we're going to do it right now. Yeah.
Friday, gotta get down.
Air.
Friday, everybody's looking forward to the weekend.
Air.
Friday,
What is it?
getting down.
Air.
Friday, partying.
Air.
Partying.
Air.
Fun. Looking forward to the weekend.
Air. Welcome to Air-Friday.
People
what
are mad
the hell is that?
that they got Rebecca Black instead of Time for Beth.
They'll get it later. All right, today's Air-Friday. I'm just going to start with this before we even plug anything. Today's Air-Friday is the recipe I would like for you all to try over the weekend is a Greek turkey burger.
Okay.
That means this turkey burger does not shave its armpits. 8 ounces of ground beef, ground turkey breast, tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil, some oregano, red pepper, salt, garlic, baby spinach, sliced red onion, red wine vinegar, feta, and hamburger buns. Put it in your air fryer. Hot air, take it out, put it in a bun, eat it. There you go.
The buns, too?
That's air
You
fryer.
can. You can fry the buns.
Yeah, you can do everything. I'm not going to give you much. I'm only going to give you ingredients and an idea.
No,
I
right.
did play a video game with my husband last night called I Am Bread, where you play as a piece of bread and
The
you
what?
try and toast yourself.
What is that? On the what platform?
That's PlayStation.
No.
Oh, yeah, that's why. Come on. That's for, what is it, for babies?
PlayStation
now.
1?
So it's you're a breadman?
You can either be a slice of bread, you could be a baguette, you could be, what was the other one that, oh God, I can't remember.
Ciabatta?
Could have been a ciabatta. You can go on little adventures. You can't get on the floor because then your edibility rating goes down.
Oh, so you want to
You
stay
have to
clean.
make your way across the kitchen into either the toaster, the oven, Travis tried to get into the dryer, but he
Do
couldn't
you
turn it
win
on.
if you get in the toaster? Do you win?
Stupid.
I think so. You get toasted. Your whole job is to get toasted.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, I see what it is. Oh,
Yeah.
I see. All right. Get toasted.
Get
toasted.
There's a great Goose game on Nintendo. It's awesome.
Yeah, there's also
About
a
a
goat
goose?
simulator.
Goose,
Yeah.
Goose Simulator.
That's stupid. What the hell is a
You're
goose?
you're gonna be. Well, you're
I know.
probably not because your wife.
they're in. They go over to my niece's house. They're playing Wii and and the other one a Switch. And
You've been trying to fight it.
Yeah.
Oh, they will. It's gonna happen soon. But anyway,
Get toasted.
so we're sending the invite out to our BDM only event, our first one of this year, and that's going out Monday. So if you are a BDM, you may want to check your status on tomanddan.com just to make sure that it hasn't lapsed, because a lot of people are BDMs and their status lapsed, or they changed credit cards. They just never knew. They missed the email, and you won't get the invite if your status isn't updated.
Correct.
As current and paid.
Also, you can't, and this is WordPress rules, not our rules. If you don't have access to your BDM email address, the only way that you can, get that email is to make sure that we have an accurate email on file. So the easiest thing to do, absolute easiest thing to do, is to not change your account. You cannot change your email per WordPress, but you can email me your new email address, and then I'll add you to the list.
Yeah.
But then I'll just kind of cross-reference, make sure you're a BDM in good standing, and then I'll give the email to Tony, and it'll happen. But a lot of people are like, oh, I don't use that email address anymore. There's only one way to really remedy that, and that's for you to email me, and then I can take care of it internally. But it's kind of a process. So there you go.
And if you're not a BDM, if you sign up this weekend before Monday, we'll probably send an invite out Monday evening. Then you could sign up and you'll get the invite and be invited to the BDM only party, which is going to be great this year. We've been putting together.
Oh, man.
So we've got a cool venue and some cool ideas.
Is this the only time we've ever done one of these where I actually feel a little bit on top of it? Yeah, like
Speak for yourself.
most of the time we felt a little bit, well, no, you're doing a good job. I mean, I think even the anxiety that you have about it is unwarranted. You're doing it.
Maybe.
Well, now
You're damn fine
Here's the thing.
doing a damn fine job.
We put you in charge.
I
so now
know.
the pressure's on you. It's
Why did I accept this promotion?
I'm like, yes. I'm like, I feel no pressure. Samantha's all
Son of
pressure.
a bitch.
And that's what I realized. You do as the boss.
You pass the buck.
Yeah.
Shit runs downhill, man.
I was trying. I put it all on myself, and I was
No,
like, "What an
idiot.
idiot!" You put it
Now
on
I'm
everybody
going
else.
insane.
Yeah. Then I'm like, put it off on everybody else.
Before we get cranking too, I'd love to give a big shout out to David A. Arnold for being on the program this morning.
Yes.
You may know the name, you may not know the name, but chances are you've watched some sort of media, television show, stand-up, or something he has touched.
Dude,
on
he
social media.
He wrote and produced for Fuller House.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
we didn't even get
We
to
didn't
talk
even
to him
talk
about
about
We
that.
didn't talk about Fuller House. We didn't talk about any of the other shows. I mean,
He's got a new Nickelodeon show.
He's got a new Nick show. He's worked with Tyler Perry. He's written for himself short films, cartoons. The guy is literally a 25-year, comedian legend.
Yeah.
And he comes in here and was like,
Great interview.
couldn't have been a sweeter guy. That just posted. It actually should have just propagated. So hit refresh on the page or maybe Apple Podcast or your Tom and Dan app. Get that. Check it out. It's a full hour with him. He's at the Improv this weekend. 2 shows tonight, 2 shows tomorrow. Snag the tickets. He couldn't have been a nicer guy.
If you want a free pair of tickets, email me, Sam at tomanddan.com. The first
Damn.
person to email me, I will give you free tickets either for tonight or tomorrow night.
You are stressing yourself out. Yeah, email me. I'll give you shit.
I'll get like 30 emails too, and I'm like, oh, sorry, you lose.
Yeah, if you want to go see him for Valentine's Day, boom, we got you.
So Seth Petrozelli just walked in. How you doing, Seth?
Good. Look who's here.
Railroad show.
Me.
Me.
What are you doing for your girlfriend for Valentine's Day, right? First Valentine's?
Lots of stuff.
That's easy, he doesn't know.
There's going to be some first time stuff tonight.
What does that mean?
He's got a bag.
I'm just trying to be. I'm trying to be perverted right out of the gate. I'm trying to play the part. No,
First time stuff.
I have
Pegging.
a reservation at a nice steakhouse. I waited a little long. I called about 4 different places. My first choice is
You called this morning?
No, I called a few days ago actually, and everything was booked until like 10:30, 11 at night. So
You got an Outback Steakhouse?
The fanciest about the back.
I have a Chick-fil-A gift card from Christmas that I would never use because I don't eat that place.
Hey, guess where I'm going? You guys can make fun of it all you want to, but my wife is as happy as she gets.
Carrabba's.
Fucking Waffle House, brother. Waffle House.
I expected that from Tom. For some reason.
No, Andrea, she told me a story
Just a white
earlier
trash
in the
thing.
week. Some white supremacist. No, some.
Well, yeah, they do eat there probably a lot more than
I can't
The
neither.
exact end of the spectrum, too.
Yeah.
No middle.
Just don't talk to him. But some Waffle Houses across the country were doing reservations and like candlelit dinners. Orlando's not participating, unfortunately, but we're still going to go ahead with it. She found the Waffle House she wants to go to, so we're going to hit up the old Waffle House. I didn't get my wish. I said after Marc Maron, we will be doing it before Marc Maron. So you can, during probably about the second quarter of Marc Maron, I will be diarrheaing the Hard Rock Live.
What do you get? Do you get actually like the steak and eggs there, or do you get like a waffle?
I just get a waffle. I'm not going to go big. I'll just get like a waffle and a cup of coffee. Yeah.
If the place is named after a food, you have to get that food.
What about Applebee's?
Give me one apple, please.
Even that one.
Applebee's, one apple, please. It rhymes.
So I know we've got Felicia Phenom Spencer coming in next segment because we're going to talk about her fight.
Yeah, I just got done holding pads for it. That's why I'm always late the last few Fridays.
Holding pads. Holding pads. Holding pads.
I like how
did I do that?
Seth,
No, I'm doing that.
I was like, well,
I'm doing that for you.
that
I'm trying to
creepy?
make you laugh.
Okay.
Holding pads. See what I'm doing? I'm holding the
A pad. That's not how I hope like this.
So before that, I want to tell you guys a story that happened to me this week.
Well, everyone in your family's sick right now, right?
Yes, yeah. Max had walking pneumonia. Now Tommy's had a 104 fever last night, and his strep throat is back. It's fucking
Keep
antibiotics.
those kids away from
That's
each
the
other.
point where the 104 mark is where you start hallucinating.
Yeah,
I know, yeah.
that's
We got scared again.
That's hard.
I freaked the fuck out when I had 104.
And so anyway,
I like to sweat the outline on the sheets.
Yeah. His antibiotics, I guess, the first one. Anyway, so both kids are sick. It's going to be a sick in bed birthday weekend while I slowly
when is your
my
birthday?
boat. Tomorrow. Yeah.
Happy birthday!
There you go.
Oh, was I supposed to do something
No.
today?
Can we ask how old you are? Because I don't remember. I know you're
38 years old.
Butler, go get him a card.
I don't want a card. I don't.
We should have gave him the whole chicken sandwich.
No.
Oh, we're going to talk about that.
I just want to slowly wipe my new boat for my whole birthday. Higher than Chong.
I actually approve that. I mean, being high and waxing or wiping or cleaning anything is
That's it.
fantastic.
That's all I want. I'm
It's the
old
best
man
thing.
now.
You ever cleaned your kitchen high? I know you got your card now.
Yeah, but I haven't smoked since I talked to you guys last. I'm not trying to be like an everyday user. I'm trying.
No, you'll
You're
get
not
there.
doing it right.
You'll realize why
I want
I'm
you
not
to
high.
My anxiety's been up this past week too, and I don't know if it's from that or not. So I'm kind of like,
What do
maybe
you
I'm thinking
take?
in my head.
Sativa or indica?
Indica, of course.
You take the indica, and I want you to get so addicted to it, you become a big fat slob. Like big fat slob.
That's
So,
why
like old pepperoni.
I'm disciplined. I'm more disciplined than any one of you. So
Like old pepperoni with the frosted tips.
Oh, yeah.
I wish I could go back to that.
Let's do it.
What if I just do the guy for just the side like that though? Because I can't do the front.
Just Guy Fieri?
Yeah, that's right.
Frost or Bozo?
Yeah, Frosted.
Frosted bozo.
Frosted Bozo.
How much for a frosted bozo? How much? Seriously, put a number on it.
2,500. I'll do it.
Fuck, I can get that sponsored.
That was just out of my price range.
No, we can get that
That's
sponsored.
why.
We talk to
For
everybody.
Frosty Bozo?
We'll have
But how
to
long-
talk
how
to
long do I
Bart,
gotta wear
Brian.
Oh, dude, yeah, it's going to be
big.
Oh, no. That's like your screw.
We take a mattress.
Yeah, how many
Actually,
How many mattresses would it take to get a frosted bozo? We might have a line on some mattresses.
So, okay. So
We're going to start paying all of our clients in mattresses.
this like I think it was Wednesday or whatever. We're sitting there. The kids are asleep. It's probably like almost. It's like 8:30 or whatever. And my wife's like, "Fuck!" And I'm like, "What happened?" And she's like, "It's tomorrow is a public servant day at Tommy's school, and you have to dress like your favorite public servant, firefighter, police officer.
God, what kind of conservative bullshit?
Construction worker. That's a stretch for me.
Construction worker. Most of the construction workers I know are some. I mean, it's a 60-40 of good to bad. Or bad to good.
Are you serving?
Are you expected to buy uniforms, like costumes?
Well, yeah, but construction
make
worker.
them out of construction
I'm
paper.
like, are you serving?
God.
Are you serving the public, or are you serving your drug habit? What are you doing? Yeah, I know. So anyway, so this.
I mean, you're not building anything to make people safer. You're actually building things on OxyContin that are unsafe.
So she finds this out, and she's like, God. And now this happened like 2 weeks earlier, where
you guys are the only people I know that have to pick up Tommy in the calendar. Like, how do you not fucking know?
Well, here's the problem.
It says you have to set a fucking reminder for it.
Here's the problem: is the first, I'm oblivious to a lot of things you guys know. Samantha knows more than anybody.
She's really been digging deep in the oblivion.
I have a hard time, staying on schedule, remembering things. Anyway, and my wife, and she's hard on herself, and she does a really great job. I give her a lot of shit, but she has a full-time job and is basically, besides, she only works her full-time job when the kids are at school. When the kids are out of school, she is a full-time mom, and she drops the ball sometimes, but I tell her, I'm like, you're doing a full-time job and you're trying to be a full-time mom. You're going to make some mistakes, no big deal. You do a great job, and she does, but sometimes she misses these emails. By the way, I'm kind of this new thing, and especially Tommy's in kindergarten, right? He's not in even middle school or fifth grade.
Yeah.
So they do
this is first year of actual school,
but
right?
I don't remember, and tell me if you guys remember any of the amount of involvement of these days, these themed events and stuff. And when we in the 80s,
I remember doing Cowboys and Indians time.
Yeah,
I didn't do any.
You can't do that anymore, by the way. Cowboys.
I guess it depends on the school.
It does, but also I think it depends on how accessible all the parents are now through emails and social media and stuff. The teachers now can directly contact parents.
You can't do Cowboys and Indians anymore.
Well,
in the 80s, there was a
bulletin board. That's not
the day we did that, the Challenger blew up.
Oh man!
Oh, I forgot how old you are.
Oh my god! You guys are standing outside dressed as Cowboys and Indians.
My mom.
I remember looking at
oh my god!
It's crazy.
There's a bunch of crying Indians.
It's crazy. There's so many of these days because not only is it a lot of a pressure for these, especially when they're that little, because it's mostly on the parents to do it, right?
Yeah.
But also,
mostly
that's
meaning
a lot
all.
of fucking money every year.
Yeah, and
you make some stuff, little hat here and there.
What if you can't afford it?
So
You're
make
the
some more
one
money.
kid that can't participate.
Yeah, then you don't participate. I guess.
But then it's on the kid.
Tough shit. Why should he? So what? Why should those kids have to sacrifice for the poor kid?
Why do we do all these themed days? It's too many themed days.
I can't complain because Andrea's got them on the calendar, and all the outfits are already organized and set out for the next 6 years.
Well, yeah,
it's all good to go.
You're married to the most organized woman in the entire world.
That's what I'm saying. I got to take myself out of this conversation because I'm like, these days are easy. Andrea's already bought everything for astronauts.
All us unorganized normos, we can't remember. Say, what, 100 days to dress your kid like a 100-year-old is too much. Anyway, so about 2 weeks ago, this same thing happened, and in the middle of the night, my wife's like, fuck! She's like, it's wear your favorite sports team shirt.
Yeah, we did that. We did that yesterday.
Yeah. So
Orlando City.
So this is 10 o'clock at night when we found out this one 2 weeks ago. So I was like,
look at the Bayer Predators girls. Like, oh yeah.
No, we didn't. We don't have any we have some Orlando City shirts,
Miami Dolphin
from years ago, but no, we don't have any sports team shirts. So I went to Walmart in the middle of the night. And,
my God. So the camera ready,
and then everybody at Walmart's like, our king is here. As he pulls up, they're like, he's here. It's the savior. Welcome, savior.
Because I didn't want Tommy to not participate and be the only kid.
You get bullied.
So I went there in the middle of the night.
He's already getting bullied, I'm sure.
I go to Walmart and there's no section of kid-sized sports team shirts. No. So I walk around. There's
you gotta go to Target.
Yep, I was gonna say you gotta go to Target.
Dude, Target has a whole section of kids' fucking jerseys.
Well, it's past 10 o'clock. It's like 10:30 at night. So I'm at Target's closed.
Oh, you're fucked. So they got UCF Gators.
There's
put them
There's 24-hour Targets, isn't
Just
it?
put them in an adult small.
I don't think I've ever seen a
maybe
24-hour Target.
Really?
I was only willing to go one block over to the Walmart near my house.
Yeah.
So they
The
go-
only 24-hour Target I know of is pussy.
The
Walgreens.
Walmart's one block away from your house.
Walgreens has kids' jerseys sometimes.
I showed up to Walmart. I walked around. I couldn't find any, and then I go to the kids section, and the only thing I found was there was a rack of generic sports shirts, and there was one just had a soccer ball and a goal, and then it's like soccer. And then I looked at it, and I was like, well, I don't want him to wear nothing, so I bought it.
Well,
and
you don't
then
want him to be nude.
and the matching shorts. Well, no, but I'm like, I don't want him just to go to school in a regular. Like, I want him to be involved.
You could have drawn Orlando Magic on a white T-shirt.
No, that's real. You want him to, like, I don't want to put a target on his back and be like, hey, beat this nerd up. His dad drew a shitty drew Orlando City shirt by hand.
Well, no, if he did it, then all of his friends would be like,
no, they beat him up. I know. The kid that draws, your parents are poor, beat him up. And I know how it goes. Seth knows bullies.
Kids are smart, though.
I got me. No, I had a Nike shirt that didn't say Nike, but it said so on the tag, and I was pissed off because it didn't say Nike. I was in elementary school, so I wrote Nike across it.
That just makes you a dumb.
I got made fun of very bad.
So anyway,
me write Nike on front. That way they no looking back, they looking front.
I got him the generic.
Oh no, beat up.
I got him the generic soccer shirt and matching shorts, and then we put him on it the next day.
Matching
He looked like such a dork. And we took it off, and we were like, "Fuck it, you're going in nothing." Because
my guy sent to him nude.
No, because I looked at it and I'm like, "This is worse than not participating."
He dressed up like a British kid at the beach. He's got like a little red and ones, little red and one.
At the end of the day, you could just be like, "Oh, we forgot."
Yeah, that's
true. Yeah, but
which he did.
But he's got to take the brunt of it.
Because all the other
I'm
kids.
saying instead of sitting them in some corny ass shit like matching soccer goal.
So anyway, so this is the history, and then my wife and I too. I feel bad for missing these things and forgetting, and then the night before. So we're like, we can't miss it again. We can't do the generic soccer. We got to do something. So my wife's like, we got to get we
got to put him up for adoption.
So we asked. So we literally
other people will do it.
We go and Tommy's like about to he's laying down in his bed. And we go and they're like, hey Tommy, what would you like to be tomorrow? Tomorrow is public service day. Do you want to be a firefighter, a police officer,
it's 11:30.
Yeah, and then he's like a police officer.
President Trump. Oh.
And then so I'm like, all right, please. So we run into the living room, and then my wife starts looking online, like who's got a police officer costume, right? So she finds Party City, right?
I got handcuffs for you.
Stop it.
So she's like,
cum-soaked handcuffs.
Party City has the police. So she calls up Party City, and she talks to someone, and I hear her say,
"Hello, Party City."
She's like, "Do you have a police officer?" And she's like,
let me check real quick.
Yeah.
Hold on.
So she puts her on hold. She
yes,
goes,
we do. What size do you need, sir?
Yeah. And then we said, you know the whole spiel.
Yeah.
And then we're like, it's a kid, it's a kid size. He's 5 years old. We got one here that's between 5 and 6 years old.
Perfect.
And then she's like, can you hold it for him? My husband's going to run and get it. And she's like, yeah. And we close soon. So she's like, all right.
You're those assholes. They're going to make them stay.
Yes.
Keep the fucking store open just for you.
It's going to be a morph suit, a police officer morph suit. Skin tight to him.
No. So
spandex.
I want it like the sexy police officer.
I want it like the old Western sheriff.
That'd be cool.
So
it's just a Woody costume from Toy Story.
I jump in my WRX and I take off.
Oh, there's real cops behind me. In the wrong direction.
And I take off towards Party City. It closed at 9, so I want to get there. It's like 8:30.
What time? It's 8:30.
Yeah. It's that. I know I have time, so I get there.
And you being the mayor of Party City, I feel like, right? I mean, I feel like they're like, the mayor's here. Here he is.
So
start the party.
So I walk in, and there is a young girl behind the counter, like probably in her early 20s. Like,
would you like a minion balloon?
Seth's dating age girl, and
Chef Pepperoni was just in here. He had a boner.
What were you in Party City with a boner? So
God, he blew up our bathroom, and he shit his high tops. It was disgusting.
Because there's always sexy girls in the costumes that you buy. There's always a hot girl posing in them.
So there's some MMA guy back there jacking off near the costumes.
So
we call him Harvey Punchstein.
I go there, and then I'm like, my wife called in. She go about the police officer. She's like, oh yeah, it's right here. So she goes, and they're holding it for her, and it's in the bag already. She goes over, puts the bag down. The costume's in the black Party City bag, and I'm like, thank you. I pay for it. I get it. I leave. I get in my car.
Thank you.
I start driving back, and I'm like, God, fucking dad of the year. Look at I'm like, yeah, I got this costume.
Goddamn Mayor of Party City.
My son's not.
I like dad of the year as procrastinated. Did not remember.
Damn thing isn't that hard.
Last minute grab that shit.
But I did it.
Finally going to take this crown from Andrea, that bitch. I'm the real. Look at me. Look at me.
Best
I'm the Mayor of
Even
Party
if you
City.
win the Super Bowl by 1 point, still the champion.
That's true. That's true.
So I drive back. I literally get to the light before my house, and I'm sitting at the red light, and I look over the Party City bag, and I notice that I didn't open it to verify if the fucking costume there. I just assumed because I heard her say a 5-year-old police officer. Yeah, we got that. We'll hold it for you. So I reach over and I slide the uniform out.
It's a skirt. It's a skirt.
No, and
what sexy Hillary Clinton?
No, and
you sent Dan a photo.
No, and I sent Daniel a photo of what was in the bag, so immediately when I saw it, I freaked out, right? Because I slid out the costume, and the costume was a police officer outfit and a tiny, a young girl wearing it, right? So I looked at it, and then I was like, "Fuck! It's a girl police officer outfit!" And then I turned around and started hauling ass back towards Party City, right? So, and I'm like, God, I'm an idiot. And in my mind,
that is a really cute kid
because I screw up, and you got back to Samantha knowing I screw up a lot of things because my attention to detail is horrible, and I don't I just assume it's fine, whatever. I'm like, oh, you got this, whatever. We just go do it, and so
you're too much fast at it.
What's the big
what's the difference?
Between a 5-year-old and a 6-year-old?
Yeah, well, PP is probably PP's non-existent anyways.
In my mind,
that's true.
Yeah. Well, this is where me and my bumbling hit an apex. So I assumed, I was like, this is shit. I got the girls one. And I turned U-turn and started hauling ass back towards Party City. And
this is how sexist Tom is. This is what we're finding out.
Well, so
what, he got the goddamn meter maid costume. What the fuck? What is this? Oh, this is a stripper costume.
So
sexy police officer.
Probably just can't do the job as well.
Peach fuzz. My son ain't no goddamn peach fuzz.
At this time, I pull back into Party City, and it's
By the way, that is what my dad called lady cops. I'm sorry.
It's 9:01, right? So it's past their closing time. I run up to the door, and they've already turned off the automatic door to but they are in there, and the girl's there, restocking in there. And
I'm
like,
go smack some weed out back?
I'm like, hey, and then she's like,
oh my God, the police officer guy's back.
I'm still hiding in the back.
Did you guys tell the MMA guy to stop jacking off yet?
So the girl comes to the door, opens up the thing. She's like, "Yeah, can I help you?" And I'm like, "I'm sorry, I didn't realize."
What do you love me, dude?
Now this is the scene, right? It's me standing at the door of the Party City. The young teen girl or early 20s. I don't know.
She's not going to invite you in like a vampire. Right. I think we covered this last week.
She's standing in front of me, and then the other two employees of the store are standing
they're waiting
behind,
to tackle you.
Yeah, looking and what is this guy doing right? So I have the bag. I pull out the costume. And I'm like, I'm sorry. Can I exchange this for the boy costume? I didn't check, and I forgot to tell you it's for my son for his career day tomorrow, whatever it is. And then she's like, it's a kid's costume. There's no difference.
Yeah.
Do you think there's a girl police officer? And then I saw in her eyes, she's like, you dumb old
fucking
boomer.
Idiot.
You're so sexist. You think there's a difference between the girl costume and the boy costume?
That one hurts, man.
And then I was like, oh.
That one hurts a little bit.
I was like, oh, yeah. And because then I realized, of course there is it. And then I was like, this is a kid's costume. Then, this is where my bumbling kicks in. So then I was like, of course. I mean, I got confused because I'm thinking of the adult ones, the girl one that has
Don't say that.
I'm like, the girls have the big, the cups up the thing, the whole, And then I realized I'm standing there.
Could you try that on for me?
I'm motioning at, like I'm holding
Breasts,
like my boobs in front of this teen girl at Party City 9:02 that night, and then I'm like, I drive away. I'm like, fuck. Like, what else happened?
So we were right. There was no difference.
No, of course not. Like, it's a police officer costume.
I'm a misogynistic asshole, and I knew that.
No, but this is very interesting because, like, you're bumbling. You say you don't like. Okay, follow me with this. I'm being serious.
I made a mistake.
No, but you don't like uncomfortability. But I think that you're. It's almost like you don't like whatever you don't like. You're attracted to. It's almost like the situation pull you in.
I caused it.
Yes. Yeah. There's like a thing.
There's a word for that. I'm a psychologist. I should know. Hang on, it'll pop in my head. But there's something.
There is something. It's almost like whatever you.
That's a psychologist.
That's what my shrink said.
Wait a second.
My shrink said he was like, "You have a very interesting disorder that if I remember the name of it, I will gladly kill you."
Did you maybe hit the Theragels?
What is he not?
But also, I just assume that it was my fault, my mistake, and I got to fix it. And I did this earlier. This goes into another story that happened this week. So when you guys, I don't know where you were, but I think you were over at Publix or something. But me and Travis Butler were standing. I think we were with Remy. Who were we with?
Remy and Joey?
No. I think we were with another a sponsor of ours or some meeting. I forgot who was here, but it was me, Travis, and a guest. And then all of a sudden, this girl walks in, another young girl.
No.
Okay, it was Remy and Joey. So, what mic are you on, Travis?
I'm so sorry, Trav. You good, buddy?
Yeah.
You should be good now.
So, we're standing there, and this girl walks in, and she's like, hey, and then we're like, hey, how's it going? And she walked in confidently, and like she was supposed to be here, and she looked, usually if it's a mistake, like Daniel said before, like their therapist across the street, it
happens all the time to me, like, because there's so many therapy,
this whole row is all businesses, so sometimes people walk in because they all look the same.
We get a lot of old people that are like going to deal with, I guess, the death of a loved one. We get a lot of marriages that are falling apart. We get a lot of teen girls that are mad at their moms. We get a lot of that, and they walk in, and before they realize they're not in the therapy office, they look around because, like, our office actually is really nice. So they walk in, and sometimes they actually sit down.
Yeah, you guys should actually try to have a conversation with them.
Usually they can tell by the decor that this is not the place they were supposed to go.
We need a little sign out there.
I know, yeah. So anyway, she walks in confidently, and she's like, hey, I'm here. And then I'm like, hey, how you doing? And because
Tom just always goes along with it like someone's supposed to be here.
Because I've made so many mistakes.
He's a beaten dog.
That I assume, all right, this person that's coming in, I've somehow invited this person. I have no idea who they are, but this is definitely my fault. Because
he invited this girl to take a seat.
Yes. So I'm like, can you help yourself with some water? And I'm like,
would you like a beer or a shot of whiskey?
And I'm like, Daniel, Samantha are over at Publix. They'll be back soon. And she was like, oh, okay. Or like, she's just going along with it. So in my mind, because this is how my brain works. So I've made a mistake. I booked this person who I have no idea who it is.
And
but
you're telling her about Samantha and Daniel, who she has no idea who it is.
No idea.
And
does she think you're a therapist, I'm guessing?
Or? No. It's different than this. I just assumed that this is my fault 100% because it happened literally earlier this week when Trey and Shorty showed up and we were shutting down shop. And then I told them to come in at a time.
Yeah. I'll never forgive you for that.
I didn't put it in the calendar. And so in my mind, I don't want them to feel awkward like they shouldn't be here.
Right.
Shit, the teen girl I invited us here.
And I don't want...
What did I do, Liz?
Joke's on you. I did it, and I just showed on the show later.
All you guys to feel like something's happening. Like, so I'm trying to, in a secretive way, make everything good and make my mistake good by figuring it out.
You're being confident about not knowing.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like confidence.
You're pretending to know what's going on.
So
because you think at some point she'll say something that will trigger one, and then it'll be all okay.
Yes, yeah. And I'm waiting. She sits down. She's drinking.
That makes you a psycho. Right?
I know. She's drinking a garden water.
That's psychotic.
He just doesn't want to be uncomfortable. I understand.
No, but he's waiting for it. He's like,
I know he's waiting for her to say something.
There will be something that says that will fix this whole. Like he's waiting for the. And that makes you a crazy person.
And then, then she reinforces. She's like, because for a split second, she opened herself up to like, maybe I shouldn't be here. And then I was like, do you have the right address? And then she's like, yeah, and she shows my phone. It's our address. And then I'm like, oh, yeah. I'm like,
That's us.
And I didn't realize she was...
you could go on in there and just set up if you want.
She was here to look at the studio apartment that's attached to this building. So it's our address, but it's Unit C or whatever the fuck.
No, she won't be living here.
Yeah, and then
she creeped her out.
She walked out the back door.
Yeah.
And then she's like, oh, okay. But that's
you never saw her again?
But no, but that's the problem. Like, I assume it's my fault, and I assume that everything that's going on is something I've caused, and this is why I rush back to change the costume, even though, of course, there's no fucking difference between a boy and girl police officer costume. Why would there be?
In all fairness, they shouldn't have put a girl. I mean,
well, here we'll do that.
Because there's
same fucking uniform.
Yeah,
we'll go
it does
ahead.
confuse people. Like it should be
for Twitch. I'll let you see.
Well,
the outcome is
dumbest people.
The outcome is one of the cutest things I've ever seen.
How many girls want to dress in a full cop uniform?
Girls that want to be cops when they grow up.
He looks awesome.
I guarantee there's not one girl that would wear that.
All ends well. Is well that ends well. I mean, Tommy looks amazing. It's one of the cutest things I've ever seen.
And no wonder people don't respect him.
He's a great little cop.
That was a day we forgot to pick him up on Wednesday too.
I thought you weren't going to talk about that.
Because Max got pneumonia. And we got confused. I was supposed to pick him up.
You were actually standing here talking to us, and we're having a great day, and everything's going well. And Tom's like, "Well, this is good. We got this organized. Great job, Sam. Great job." Oh, hold on a second. Let me check this. Hello. Oh, he's still there. Okay, I gotta go. And he's like, that's the school. They're calling. Tommy is just sitting there waiting.
Because everybody picked him up, and Tommy, the last day, Tommy. So when my wife got there, he's sitting in a baggy cop outfit by himself, his glasses. And I'm like, God damn!
He's the best.
I'm like, he's too good for us. He's too good. He doesn't deserve.
He's a good boy.
These parents that he's got, they're bumbling idiots.
He's sitting there in his baggy cop outfit. If he could have arrested you, he would have.
Yeah, I know.
Actually, he's too nice.
No, he don't care.
He'd give you a warning.
He'd be like, "Hey guys, pick me up next time." That's cool.
Here's
to let me have him for a week.
Here's how I know Tommy's my son.
I want to hang out with him.
Then
he's awesome.
And I think we did overkill because we're trying to compensate for the goddamn Sports Day shirt, because I think most people were just like wear like a hat or whatever. We had full costume head to toe, and he said some kid took his hat. And like the bully of the school, whatever. Is like, they took my hat, and I was like, don't let him, because I'm trying to teach him to be tough. I'm like, don't let him take your hat. Like, you stand up for you. And then he's like, I don't care if they take it, whatever. Like, he has the I don't care mentality. And then I'm like that, but you know what? That's good. Fuck it. If it's not going to be like the opposite, if you're not going to be like aggressively tough or whatever, then have the don't care. Because if you don't care, if you're getting bullied,
it does.
Then who cares?
It does.
Because he legitimately didn't. He's like, I don't care.
But there's no rise.
They gave it back.
No, but the bully will see no. It worked.
And I'm like, that's great.
There's no rise.
Okay, he wasn't mad about it. He was like, whatever, they took my hat. And I'm like, good.
I kind of have another story about something like that in middle school. It was dressed in the 60s. But my dad grew up.
You are old.
Oh my God!
Dressed like last decade.
this was the 90s. Yeah, I was in middle school. I was in 6th grade. Anyway, there's a huge difference between 1968, 1969, and 1960, 1961.
Yeah.
My dad,
50s,
exactly. So I went as a freaking greaser. Literally tight ass jeans. My dad rolled a fake carton of cigarettes in a tight white shirt. They slicked my hair back, like totally fake. I went to school and everybody, not one person was dressed like that. Everyone was dressed as hippies. And I was dressed as a greaser. I was so fucking embarrassed, and I got made fun of so much, like for the next week after that, just because I was a greaser. I think they just called me greaser for like a week.
Yeah.
It was pretty embarrassing.
That's what I'm trying.
You're right. That would damage the kid.
I'm always the guy only in costume.
I know, you're
my life,
nerd. Okay, so Felicia's here, and we're going to take a break because when we come back from break, I have a lot to talk to her about her fight. I started looking at her opponent. I started doing my research for gambling purposes, and oh my God, she's a heavy favorite, by the way, Felicia. And so we're going to talk about the fight.
Heavy? Never say
You never say that.
And so we're going to.
You're smooth, buddy.
A quick break.
She's a big fat favorite.
And
I get on all the people about their. Megan, especially her training partner, Megan, I get on a little bit about.
What are you doing?
Why are you bullying?
Because she needs to stay lighter weight to cut easier. It's just better.
Okay.
So the real star Felicia's here.
Yeah.
Let me get back.
Yeah, we got. Well,
I'm going to take this podcast to the next level.
Yeah, we got a champion here. You know, she's this one's had a belt or two. This guy.
I've had 3 belts.
I don't know. I've never seen them.
They're all hanging in my garage. I don't even hang them at the gym anymore. They're in my garage. Because all the new kids show up and we're like, what are these belts from? They have guys on them like this.
1932, Coney Island. Bare knuckles champion.
Exactly. It's me with my mustache and a bald head like this. Like, holy shit,
that's back in the good old days of Frosted Tips pepperoni.
That's the days we used to fight on the beach.
We didn't even wear shoes.
Like real men.
Tap out a clothing line. We didn't even wear clothes. It was nude fighting the way men's supposed to fight.
The name of the band is Church Girls. The name of the song is called Florida. We'll get into a little bit of this and come back. 1-844-TOMNDAN or show@tomanddan.com if you want to drop an email. We'll be right back.
Scumbags, what's going on? It is Sam and Trav with your BDM clip of the week. Sam.
And Trav.
Well, he's back.
And better than ever.
Captain Tom is back.
Oh, my
He's
God.
bought another boat. And
This guy's lousy with boats.
In this clip, he describes his adventure or misadventure of picking up his brand new boat.
Let's check out the clip.
Anyway, so this is my first time driving a boat this size. I mean, I know how to trailer shit, but
you pulled trailers most of your life.
So
I know how to trailer shit.
But for whatever reason, he had like decorative rocks, like coral rocks on either side of his
why
driveway.
would anybody have that?
And I'm looking to swing out wide, but I'm more concerned about the truck and the truck's tire going into the ditch in front of me rather than the boat behind me, which as soon as I turned it didn't kind of arc the way I thought it would. Some would say my fault.
Some would say.
Yeah.
And
did your wife say?
The wife Falconer as they're running. Falconer was running. The Bellagio Dice Man Falconer.
Was it about to tip over?
All you had to do is go straight, right?
I heard the wheels running over the rocks.
Oh, no.
And
did you destroy his rocks?
And going into the ditch before I even, I heard and felt it, and then I was like, oh, shit. And behind me, as I'm trying to pull the boat out of the guy's driveway, the boat is now on rocks, but so close to falling into the ditch, and what I assume the whole boat falling off the trailer, falling into the ditch on its side.
Oh man,
I could see that happening.
I could see that happening too, and I wouldn't know whether to be really sad or really happy. Like I don't know how it feels.
At that point, just drive off. Right?
You know, I've never trailered shit. But I feel like at the end when he said just drive off, that's exactly what I would do. Fuck this.
That's what I said. Yeah, just get out of there at this point, because what are you going to do? Because he was saying how big the boat was. The only way to be able to get it out of that ditch would be to rent a crane.
I think if that boat tipped over, though, the whole truck's going over. You know what I mean? Unless it
or break off the hitch.
Pop up. Yeah. That'd be best case scenario, because then you could just zoom away.
And you should zoom on over to tomanddan.com and become a BDM.
You know, nothing makes me angrier than when our listeners try to one-up us. And I do not have a complete water system from Guardian Water Services.
Complete house condition.
Oh, yeah. That's what I want.
Yeah, from Westinghouse, real nice product.
I don't control the finances, though, in my home. And my wife does. And I've told her I want one. But I saw a listener who had to really big dick me.
Yeah.
And they went on the page and they put up a picture of their beautiful, shiny, brand new Westinghouse system from Guardian Water Services, and I got visibly angry.
Because they're now going to protect their house from calcium buildup in the pipes.
Yes.
They won't have to repipe their house, which is a gigantic pain in the ass. Expensive as hell, too. Could be like $5,000 to repipe your house. All the fixtures, your appliances, it saves them all because it's conditioning the water that's coming from the city or from a well that's going into your house. So it's taking the calcium out, the chlorine, all the other stuff, basically making it pure. Then when it does that, you you could actually use less expensive soaps that Guardian Water hooks you up with.
Because your water's better.
Yeah, because you don't have to use the traditional stuff you buy at the grocery store, because that stuff only works with all the chlorinated water, that non-filtered water.
It's kind of engineered for that. The other thing, too, is if you get an RO system like we have here at the studio, you have it at your house, I have it in my house, you will taste the difference. You will cook with it. You will never, ever want any other water again.
Yeah, you don't have to buy filters, the Brita filters, all the cockamamie scheme filters, and all the bottled water.
Hold on a second. That's your company. You're selling out your own company?
I know, cockamamie scheme filters.
You just bought cockamamieskemefilters.com.
We don't need it because you got Guardian Water Services.
That's true.
And you get the RO system or the full conditioning system that does your whole house. I'm telling you, get a service tech to come by and show you,
and
test your
if
water.
that wasn't enough, and we've given you, like we've told you, countless BDMs and other listeners have told you, if that wasn't enough for you to at least just have somebody come by and test your water and at least talk to you.
Yeah.
They're just good people. They do so much for the Yellow Brick Road Foundation, which is a charity near and dear to our hearts. They help kids with congenital heart defects. They help to every purchase, every time somebody buys a Guardian Water System Services system, they actually give money to kids that need help.
Yeah. They constantly donate wagons, and they've been a partner with Yellow Brick Road for a while.
Years and years, yeah.
Great local company, BDM owned. It's GuardianWaterServices.com.
I think Seth likes this. This is Alex Ebert. The name of the song is King Killer. You might know him from Edward Sharpe and the Magnetic Zeros. I think that's the name of the band. But that is the epitome of alternative music to me. So welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I am Dan.
I'm Tom. Before we do the shot real quick, we're doing something new this year where Samantha is great enough to edit together
Air-Friday?
Air-Friday and also
Air-Friday.
God damn it. Every Saturday, we're going to put up a ACT best of for those of you who can't listen to all the ACTs we put out throughout the week. That's a corporate time. That's the censored version of this podcast that's also aired on the radio. But we're kind of putting together a best of each week, or Samantha is, and we're going to release it on Saturday. So those of you that missed it can check it out.
It actually drops every Saturday. It will drop at midnight. So, or Friday night at midnight. So Saturday morning. So when you wake up on Saturday, you will have a couple things to choose from. You'll get, hopefully you'll get Cut It Out for people that like music and you want to listen to that. It's a very short segment with the songs that we play on the Friday Free Show. Yep. And then also for non-BDMs, you get this particular ACT best of.
Yeah. So then
the first one's long.
Yeah, it's 2 hours, 15 minutes.
And it's curated. So it's like legitimately Samantha goes through, picks out what she knows has garnered the most amount of laughs from the week, and we pile it all together. Now, some of them could be shorter or longer. It's not going to be a guaranteed time because we decided yesterday if it's not super funny, we're not putting it in there. It's kind of the best of the best.
So let's do a shot real quick so we can talk to Felicia.
Give Butler his echo there.
Let me get my
shot here. Okay. Hold on, I got mine. All right, hold on, Butler. Gotcha. Okay.
All right. May your love be 1,000 miles long and come in 6-inch installments. Happy Meat Throbber Friday.
They ruined it!
Be my Valentine 90210.
I even turned his echo.
I'm supposed to do this because people hate it.
ASMR.
Oh, yeah, people complained about that last time I
Happy get a job.
So, Felicia, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Good.
Hey, thanks for stopping by.
No, thanks for having me again.
So
it's always nice to have a true champion in here.
Felicia,
don't get mad. Don't kick me.
Is fighting in the UFC 169.
I didn't realize that was the number either.
Look how happy.
When she wins, she's going to jump. Instead of jumping, hugging normally, she's going to jump upside down.
Oh, that's a great way to say it.
Oh, no, with her husband, she's going to do
Is that a promise?
That's up to her. I'll do it with my
Felicia's.
And then you guys need to do the Gravitron where you go up, down, and you do circles around the ring.
I mean, I'm not going to tell Felicia how to do her business, but she is a superstar at this point. She doesn't need to be doing.
I have a feeling if you tried to tell her about her business, she'd knock you out.
I'm just saying these low budget shenanigans that Seth Petroselli brings to the table. He's dressed like a beaver. He's got a big old hat on.
Yeah, he's got a.
I tried to.
He's dressed like a dog.
And she was down for it.
Yeah, I really wanted that.
Well, I mean,
you should dress like a beaver for 1/6 of the night.
Felicia, do you
Same
know?
thing. You're right.
Because now,
and then her husband could dress like a hot dog.
Yeah. Because
that'd be hilarious.
Okay, so again, and we're all going to be watching the fight. It's going to be Saturday the 29th. It's on ESPN Plus. I know everybody I know is going to be watching it, rooting for Felicia.
Hey, was ESPN Plus that? I feel like that might be the greatest, scam, and it's not a scam, but they threw it I don't know anybody that doesn't have it. It was
they gave a bunch of.
They were like, hey, opt in for like $1.99 or $2.99 and watch all these soccer games and free UFC and all this kind of stuff. And we bought it, and I got to tell you, and look, they're not a client. I wish they were. That might be one of the best things they ever did because the value that you get for opting in, I get more sports off of ESPN Plus than I ever have any other ESPN channel.
Yeah, and now
I use it. I'm a soccer guy, so I use it all the time. All the time.
So, of course, we've had you in on the show multiple times, and we've talked about your fights, and people know about the Megan Anderson fight. That was your UFC debut, which won me and a lot of our listeners lots of money because you were the underdog coming into that, and we all suspected that was wrong, and you were actually the favorite. You were a better fighter, and Vegas got the odds wrong, and it turns out we were right. And then, of course, the Cyborg fight we all watched, and now it went down to
lost you a lot of money.
And all the money you won us, you lost it.
No. Because here's the thing: I enjoy getting into the fights and looking at people's records and start predicting what we think is going to happen. But that was the fight that I think, and you could tell me if I'm wrong, but kind of put you on the map and put you in front of Dana White and show the world that hey, I can stand up with the best of the best, and I can trade blows. And it came down to decision.
And I saw no negativity out of that. I didn't see, everything was, super positive. I'm like, here we go. She's about to take off.
Yeah, so was that, after that fight, after the Cyborg fight, and I know we talked to you, Dana White pulled you into the office and talked to you, do a flood of people start contacting you? Because obviously...
hey, come on my podcast.
Hey,
be at my foot golf.
The spotlight's on you. And, really from doing my research, gambling research, but I started looking and searching your name. It's blown up since even the Megan Anderson fight. Now when you search Felicia Spencer, I mean there are tons of people, tons of podcasts talking about you.
Everybody's an expert.
A lot
too.
of media.
Yeah, I'm sure you get tired of that.
So have you felt that rise in popularity?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, as far as notifications on my phone, it's definitely blown up. I turn them off now, so that's kind of different.
Yeah,
but people reach out to me. I have to kind of not ignore people, but I have to kind of prioritize. Otherwise, I'll be on my phone all day, every day. Aside from just working, just answering people. So
she throws the people she doesn't want to me. She's like, I don't want to talk to this guy. He's like, Seth is my trainer.
That's what Tom does to me.
Throws me the shitty people.
What are you doing, interviews?
And Seth,
I'll be like, hello. Give me anything.
Please, stop that.
Give me scraps, please.
I really try to take an effort.
Seth, what do you think about the Felicia fight? Me poop on plane. We poop on blade. We use magazine to clean off shoes. All right, back to you.
So,
what is your official title within the camp?
Just trainer, I guess.
Trainer?
Yeah.
Trainer?
Coach, yeah.
Coach. Wait, which is better, coach or trainer?
But there's multiple coaches, right?
Yeah.
He's the third tier.
Yeah.
Coach number one.
I'm second only. Because Mike Lee, then I'm right under Mike Lee.
Yeah, all right.
Mike Lee trains her more, to be honest.
Yeah.
He's there a lot more.
So within the business, because I'm always fascinated with the business of any industry, and with this one, like, obviously,
why don't you get I don't know, into podcasting?
That's boring.
I'm like,
I looked at it and I was like, this stinks.
Blatantly, it's a lie because you're like, I love all business. I'm like, well, how about this one? You're like, this one fucking
Except for this one.
Not exciting. I figured it out.
Butler's a weirdo.
Now you're fighting at the highest level in the UFC.
Yeah, man.
And so what? Like, do you start getting sponsors that reach out to you? Do you have sponsors? You have to like start vetting and be like, well, who do I want to endorse? Like, how does that work? Because I know UFC puts like, you can't necessarily promote all your sponsors. They have a list of who you can.
And they're Reebok crazy, right?
Right.
I mean, it's all.
Yeah.
So how does that work?
It's not like it used to be like when. Back
No,
in
I know
the day
they are.
when
But
Seth-
I
when
liked
Seth
it
fought.
when I kind of liked it when it was. I kind of liked it when it was more NASCAR. Now I understand what they're doing, but I get it. You know, what I mean,
yeah, it's definitely not. I don't have sponsors reaching out like that, and I'm not. I mean, I'm still working, so I don't have like as much time I dedicate to like trying to go after it and hustle people to get a couple bucks,
Right,
you know.
right.
So like I get a lot of support, but it's not, the sponsorships are not like they were 10 years ago.
Okay.
You know, for fighters then. I mean, I get the Reebok, and then that's pretty much, that's the biggest one for sure. So.
And what's it like now, as far as your trajectory and your path and your career? Because, like, for this fight, obviously on the 29th, Zara Dos Santos, you're fighting. And I did my research, and I saw Zara fought Megan Anderson, lost to Megan Anderson. I mean, to me, it told me, it was like, well, like, Felicia should easily be able to beat Zara on the 29th. And in Vegas says you're a minus 750 favorite, which if you get that down to percentile, it's 88, I think 0.2% chance of you winning. They're saying that you're that much of a favorite. So does that put pressure on you as a fighter coming into a fight as such a heavy favorite, or do you not even think about that kind of stuff? It's just the same fight. Because, like, to me, I'd rather fight as the underdog because
I mean, it kind of both. Like, I try to take every fight, like, just kind of think about it is what it is, and every fight that you have is the biggest one. You know, Cyborg was the biggest fight of my life, but now this one is the biggest fight, because if I lose it, then that's terrible, you know. So,
do they tell you what's going to happen if you lose it? Or they?
No, no. There's no.
It's not predetermined.
You have to just play it out and then go back to the table. And
how much does your attitude, how cooperative you are, how personable you are? Because I personally believe I've never seen a fighter in UFC that I've talked about this on the show a lot about how much I like her, like how
regular personality.
Exactly, like you're like
who she is.
Exactly. I like who you are. Like on one side, I look at you and I go, oh, you have like this teaching kind of a vibe that I get, and then I know that you do teach, you know, and you teach the kids, right? Mm-hmm. And so like I feel that, but like there's also a heaping helping of credibility that you get for actually like beating people up, like, and winning.
Yeah.
So like
the record speaks for itself.
How much of that plays into what they want? You know what I mean? Like, do they appreciate the fact that you're able to kind of balance both, and you're not like,
well, this is a business. She's super marketable.
Am I saying this right without being insulting? You know, like Cyborg, and when you look at something like that, it's almost more like flash and flare and like, look at me and my name or but you, to me, is a lot more authentic in the fact that you're like actually like giving back, providing.
Well, I appreciate that. I mean, there's not a lot of communication, honestly, between
they probably
the
like
higher
that.
ups and me. You know, like, it's pretty much, here's who you're fighting and here's the date and then here you go. But, you know, they put me as the co-main event, and that was a huge surprise. I had no idea until I read it online.
That's huge.
So to me, that tells me that they
value it.
They value me. I mean, like you said, Zara fought Megan and lost, and Megan's on the undercard. fighting.
Right.
So
right.
she's fighting on the undercard to someone that she just lost to in the co-main event.
Right.
And obviously that's because I'm in there. So,
yeah.
That makes me feel like they're really trying to push, get behind me.
Yeah.
And, push, and they see a future for me.
Yeah, I think everybody kind of feels it, right?
I was kind of surprised. Like, that's kind of messed up that they put me in the co-main event, but I'm down. Like, that's awesome.
Great.
I'm honored to be there.
Coming off your performance of last time, it's not a surprise.
I go with Seth again.
It's about the fans. People liked what they saw, and they know the fans want to see that again, so they're putting you in that spotlight so they can see that.
I think the correct way to say it would be this. Beyond your fighting ability, which we all know you're more than capable, I think just your persona of, even if you didn't know how to fight, I think that factors in a lot. You know what I mean? Like, it's not just because they're not looking for just the machine that can, like, because there are people that are just like, I'm a killing machine. But you're not. You know, you're multifaceted. You're not just defined by being a great fighter. You're defined by also a little bit more than that. I think that's important, like the backstory, the onion, if you will. It unfolds.
Many layers of the person.
Yeah, for sure.
Let me ask both of you guys this, because Seth probably is familiar with this style of the business of fighting, because it seems like some people that are fighters use the fighting platform to promote themselves bigger than that, of like whether they're social media influencers, whether they want to promote, whatever it is. They're like, hey, I'm going to use this. So not necessarily like, hey, I want to be the best fighter. I want to win all my fights. Of course, they probably do, but they're looking at it like, I'll use this platform to promote, because like even like Megan Anderson, like she does a lot on social media, got a huge following. Right. It seems like she's promoting that and like pushing that harder than anything else, because she realized the value in that. And it's like, well, how much are you into the sport and the stuff?
Well, because you can't be a fighter. I mean, the way I've looked at it is I know you can be a fighter forever, so you have to have that to step. They're not going to give you a job unless you're a commentator or something like that. UFC won't give you a job. So you have to have your own thing set afterwards. I mean,
so do you think about that, Felicia, as far as like, hey, I want to turn my brand into something that I can use later to make money? I mean, or right now you're just focusing straight on the fighting, because winning will give you the publicity and the promotion to do that, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's something that I take baby steps with. It takes, like you guys know, that kind of stuff takes so much time and like. There's a lot that goes into it, and I don't know all of the ins and outs of it, but I'm up to like 36,000 followers now, so that's pretty cool.
It's huge.
Damn.
So that's, it's slowly but surely. It's not something
this UFC thing's going to catch on. Eventually,
I think Megan's at like 130 or something. Either way,
eventually people are going to be into this.
Soon.
My God.
Yeah, and I think about my future, my husband and I future that's why I haven't quit my day job, because I just can't let go of that security. So I can make it work. So why not just,
that's crazy
grind
good,
and keep doing what I'm doing. I have the security blanket of having a paycheck and insurance. And then I can still make it work and be where I'm at. So
how does that work with insurance?
Well, I'm an independent contractor with UFC, so I don't get no insurance. So if I didn't have my teaching job, I would have no insurance.
No, but I mean, like, even with the teaching job, it's like you go to the doctor after, like, being beat up. Like, what do they even say? What happened here? Yeah, like, they're like,
for the actual event, there's insurance for the event that I would be able to use, like UFC insurance for something from that night.
Something catastrophic.
But just like random stuff for the rest of the year.
Yeah, but and we also already know from, the research of, like, if you were comparing, like, boxing to, MMA, that, MMA is a lot safer.
Yeah. And so going...
I know, right?
Oh, no, funny you say that, because there's literally just a clip that came out from Russia 2 days ago.
Bad.
Oh, it's fucking horrible.
There's always a freak accident.
It's a freak accident.
You can,
of course,
paralyze yourself playing golf, too.
Yeah, but this guy tried to do a flying armbar where you just jump up and try to lock the arm in, and he literally bends backwards, lands on his neck. If you listen to the audio, you hear his neck snapping in half.
Oh, shit.
And he just sits there, can't move, just screams in agony, and he's paralyzed now from, like, the... neck down.
And he got paralyzed from that. Yeah,
From
that
just
is a
trying to freaking
It is
crazy.
freaking.
Because there's people do that
That's brutal.
100 times a day all over the
Yeah,
world.
and it happens every 5 years. Someone does something
Is he a
terrible to
teacher?
himself.
Was it a Russian fighter or was it like
just a Russian rapper,
like
just
a
a
local tournament in Russia.
Oh,
Like
God.
nothing big.
It wasn't our Russian at our gym.
No.
When you said,
that
you
guy's
said next to it.
insane.
Yeah.
So that was a great pizza night. I got some stories.
He'll be out in Tallahassee. Actually, so Felicia's husband is fighting pro debut tomorrow night. We're driving out there tomorrow to corner him.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Dude, you guys are
Russian will be
busy.
there.
That's really cool. So what is it like
Yeah, I'm so
having
busy, so busy.
Does it help having a partner that does the same sort of thing and can train and
For sure. It's
understand?
really nice to, I mean, like, sure, when you're both about to fight, you're kind of both cranky because you're dieting and everything,
Sure.
but we understand each other, why we're, it's like, you're just cranky, it's all right. I'm not, we don't really take anything personal.
So it helps having
We
a
have a great
supportive
relationship.
partner?
Yeah.
I was typing something on the BDM page the other day. This long thing. She's like, my wife's like, what are you typing? I'm like, I'm typing this funny story to the BDM. She's like, no one wants to hear your fucking stories. I'm like, I'm pretty sure they do. Of course it did. Because she's so goddamn tired of hearing them. She's like, no one wants to hear your long, drawn out stories. I'm like, tired of
pay
it.
for that.
That's what I'm trying to be like, I don't see it.
It's kind of like your whole thing.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
That's literally.
And she's like, they stink. So, oh, God, the same old shit. That you made a mistake. Oh.
Do you talk to your sons like that? Just drag on and on?
Oh, yeah, they hate it.
Well, they do it too. We've seen them. We've seen the phone calls before.
Then my mom does it to me.
Tom's
I'm like, oh, my God.
Hey, Tommy, how you doing? How was school today? Did you be all right? You okay? What are you doing? And Tommy's like, are you in a car? And Tom's like, I'm in a car.
What kind of car?
Oh, it's like a truck.
What kind of truck?
Like, I don't know, like an SUV.
Okay, that's great. That's cool on TV. How are you, Daddy?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
Like, it's like, oh my God.
I'm still at school. And
Yeah, God damn it. It's like two of you.
I'm waiting
It's
at
like-
school for you to
It's
pick
like
me up, Daddy.
it's like you.
If you're in a
looking
car,
at-
can you come pick me
You're
up?
gonna come get me.
So,
Lots
going
of
back,
girls want to wear this uniform.
so the fight, because Felicia, I want to talk about the fight coming up, and
You just want your gambling tips.
Okay, well, speaking of Zara and like her style, like I think Seth told me that she, what belt is she in jiu-jitsu? Like way lower, like,
Purple belt.
Purple,
Yeah.
yeah. And that's two.
It's not way lower, but it's low. lower.
It's a skilled,
Yeah.
things can happen.
So, but
I only bet based on name meaning. Zara means princess. Felicia, I believe, is Latin for happy.
Oh, I thought it was warrior killer.
So I'm going to go with happy over princess.
Sounds good.
There you go.
So do you have to factor in the fact that she is coming in as an underdog and she's just going to, because to me, her only chance of winning is just to throw crazy punches and hope for a knockout, which you have to defend yourself against, and fighting someone that is literally is expected to lose and is going to just do whatever it takes to try to somehow win. It's kind of like we playing the Miami Dolphins and no one expects you to win, and then you start throwing crazy, you beat the Patriots. You know,
Oh,
it's
that's
like
every game.
Yeah, exactly. Because they are free to just throw like crazy
Nothing to lose.
They have nothing to lose
Yeah,
plays,
nothing to lose.
and then they hit it. So, do you factor that into your preparation?
Yeah, I mean, I always, like I said, I know every fighter is beatable, and I forget my train of thought, but I know that like everyone can be beaten, and I can beat anyone. Basically,
Yeah.
like, but it's just in the moment. You just have to be ready to, ready for anything. And I know she's going to be in that position where she's kind of desperate to get a win.
Yeah.
So different things, crazy things can happen. So that whole MMA math thing, where like I beat Megan beat Zara, therefore I beat Zara. It doesn't work. Like that's not real, and it
doesn't exist.
I mean, to a certain
Bullshit,
extent,
'cause that
it's
means
like,
I'm champion of everything.
it can help with your idea of how things can go, but it definitely, like when you're training in the gym,
You're such a
I get
turd.
caught by purple belts. I train hours and hours and hours. Of course, every once in a while, I'm going to get
Yeah.
caught in a bad
Anything can
position.
happen,
I
But it's
mean,
probably good that you do, right? Because
exactly,
that's
and
that's the learning.
I don't train to like win in the gym all the time.
Yeah.
So I'm like, because I'm trying to evolve, so I have to take
Sure.
risks. So in a fight, I know like anything can happen. Just because she's a purple belt doesn't mean she can't beat me on the ground. Or like you said, she's more of a striker, so she tends to try to stay on her feet. So anything can happen, and I'm basically I just need to make sure that the fight goes wherever I want it to go, and just stay in control of the situation, which I feel good about.
Do you have to like cut massive weight or anything for the fight? Like, what is the?
I thought you weren't.
No.
I'm always interested in that. Like,
it is fascinating to think that training is not enough.
Yeah.
That you have to actually get to the table, but get to the table at whatever they require
science.
you to be, which means that you are now doing a scientific sliding scale of calories to get to a point where you're still strong and still have enough juice to go, but you're also at the correct way. It's crazy to me.
A little bit of water for the weigh-in, but not too much because you'd be weak for the fight. I mean,
it's crazy.
It's a down to a science right now, right?
The weigh-in thing is the only thing that in fighting, like, to me, I look at and I'm like,
it's bizarre too.
It is bizarre
because they both fighters come weighing in at whatever it says, but like they're all 10 pounds heavier than water weight alone. You know?
Yeah. Immediately you're right back.
Right.
So I usually cut about 10 to 12 pounds of water the two days before.
Sure. And how do you do it? Like the normal,
or like one day before? Well, we start with like a water load, so it takes a whole week or like 6 days, where you drink 2 to 2.5 gallons. For me, I drink 2.5 gallons for like 3 days in a row, and then I taper it off to 1 gallon, which is normally a lot. Like most people don't even drink a gallon a day.
Yeah.
So
I haven't had water in 10 years.
I have never drinking a gallon
I don't think
of
I've
water.
ever seen either one of you drink water here. It always has to be some sort of sparkling sweet water.
Do you know
That's
why?
technically water.
Do you want to know why?
No bullshit.
Because it's disgusting.
I legit crave water. Like, I love
There's
it.
no flavor.
And it's like your body is mostly water, so it doesn't.
it tastes
and
like
muscle
barf.
holds more water than fat does. So
But your cum
thinking
tastes
about
nasty.
if you have a lot of muscle, then your body's holding a lot of water that's not like essential to your function. You know? So when you're more muscular, you can cut water a lot easier. If you imagine going to the gym, you sweat. Men especially will lose 5 pounds in an hour.
Well, when I had to cut weight for all the scenes I did in The Witcher, most of the jacuzzi scenes, I was severely dehydrated during those.
So you
could like see a lot more definition, and oddly enough, it was easier to shave around my muscles, being a little tighter.
So you don't have to do the extreme in the sauna for hours or like putting makeup remover.
What is the stuff
I still do that.
Abilene.
That
opens your pores, right? And then you...
I usually do a salt bath. I'm not as big on the sauna. I like the salt bath. Just for preference.
And then you
but it does the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a hot bath, and the Epsom salt helps draw the water from you, so you lose like 3 pounds in 20 minutes sometimes.
And you sit
on a good bath.
You sit wrapped after, right?
Yeah,
so after
you wrap up and you just kind of sweat so it's it's a process. It's not fun at all. It's definitely the worst part.
And then you're going for the weigh-in, you'll hit your weigh-in, and then you'll immediately start rehydrating for the fight, and you'll get back up 10 pounds of water?
Yeah. And
That's
within half a day, you back up 10 pounds,
So after this fight, and I know I hate speaking in like, after you win, this is because no one wants to look past anything. But
it's almost like a superstition or something, right?
But
you're not supposed to do that.
Jinx yourself.
If, in the world, do you know if you're this guarantees you a second fight if you do win? Do they tell you anything like that? Or is it just totally up to the UFC whether they're going to let you, fight again on a main card, even if you win or lose? Like, how does that work?
Yeah, like I said, there's not a lot of communication about the future or anything like that. But, with my division's not very big, and I'm already, we're kind of at the top of the division already, getting to the top. So I because there's 2 featherweight fights on my card, like I said, our fight and then Megan's fighting Norma Dumont. That's like half our division already right there.
Right.
Basically, the way I'm looking at it is whoever looks best on that night gets a title shot. So not that I've been told that, but it makes sense to think that way. So
okay, so that you're kind of putting 2 and 2 together, but they don't tell you anything.
There's nothing set like that. But it's just, like you said, you don't want to really look ahead of. I'm not looking past Zara by any means, but
Now,
That's my conclusion about what could happen.
This is uncomfortable because Seth is sitting right next to you, but like we don't have a real business conversation. But once, in my belief, you will be champion and you will be the highest level fighter. You'll have the belt.
It'd be an excellent move for them.
So just like you know how like
they could get very lucky as a company to have you as a champion.
You know, you like a band that becomes ultra famous, and then you hit the big time, and you're number one on the pop
you
charts.
distance yourself from your original manager.
Yeah, your manager. Because
I know
he's too small town to be able to handle the superstardom that you're at. Because
he doesn't. Manage her. She manages herself.
I manage myself.
We don't manage her.
Well, you got to hit him in your ear telling you the cockamamie things.
I do say some pretty. I do have her doing karate.
Do you want your manager driving?
I gotta get you on Tom and Dan again, so I can get my $125 from Tom.
Who wants to walk out of a bloody Hellcat?
Have you ridden in the tampon?
His car, the blood.
It's a tampon.
It looks like a goddamn tampon. It's embarrassing.
Have you tied a white rope, a white battle rope? You got to put a battle.
That's a good idea.
You put a battle rope off the end of it, and it's the Orlando's tampon.
But is there like a level of like celebrity or like the higher? Because even like when you win, like if you get up into the higher level Olympics and stuff, like they're like, all right, now you have to use this Olympic trainer because he's the best. You know, like you gotta get rid of.
I mean, you're an American skater, but eventually you get the Russian coach. I mean, everybody knows.
Yeah.
Everybody knows.
So when Felicia's champion, you know, this guy, he's gonna be back to his podcast news. Oh,
and he's like, your old coach had tampon for car. No.
We don't play.
It would be cool to take a trip, you know, take a month to go Thailand or go to Vegas to the performance center, like doing, you know, cross training for like a month at a time somewhere. But,
yeah.
But, you know, the coaches that I've had for the last 10, 12 years are the ones that are they got me here, and you know, we have a good team.
Is it hard to believe sometimes that much like us succeeding in podcasting, that Seth succeeds at running a really good gym?
It's pretty crazy.
I've always been. There's my people making. You guys know my history. Not just me, but my grandfather has a multi-million-dollar company that he started from scratch. He was broke as a joke, nothing, and then started. My other grandfather, my dad's side, did the same exact thing. So, so genetically, I think I got that. And I can now run a business.
Did you say
decent business?
You did say genetically, right? Yeah, a little bit.
Also,
geographically and geonetically.
Geonetically,
I was in the right place at the right time. Almost like I got the blood.
We're channeling our inner Johnny B. Bass, which we're not allowed to do.
Almost all successful businessmen that I know, like, don't really return my texts or emails because they're busy as hell. Seth's literally watching us on every live stream BDM show. Seth is in there making fun of you. I'm like, Seth,
always in
doesn't got work to do. It's
just Mondays.
10:30 on Monday morning.
Just Mondays.
Anytime I text you always text me back.
How do you take time away?
I literally live on this phone. This phone's by my. Even when I'm working out, this is in front of me. I like being connected to everybody.
He's over. He's at Chuck E. Cheese. His girlfriend's running around playing stuff. He's over.
Hold on, you're on a fucking.
That's why I'm such a good business guy, because I'm always answering people back. I'm right on top of stuff. I don't procrastinate.
And watching the BDM shows.
I want Seth to be Tony Little for Halloween.
That's actually pretty good.
Get a big curly wig.
Tony Little.
Oh, the
gazelle.
So
how am I going to do that with my bozo hair?
Hey, what does Felicia think? We haven't told Felicia our idea.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
I don't know if she knows who bozo is.
For $2,500, for $2,500, we want Seth to grow his hair out because there's some areas that won't grow, but he'll grow it out, and then we'll bleach blonde his bozo.
He won't do it.
That's $2,500. I'll do it, but I'll only
He'll do
it
anything for money.
How long? How long of a bozo?
I know.
2 inches bozo? 2-inch bozo?
That's going to take like half a year.
How about a 1-incher?
1-incher.
1-inch bozo? Dude, I'm in. We can make that happen.
I feel bad because then it coincides with Felicia's next fight after this. She fights for the championship.
He's in the ring.
I'll be wearing this.
No, full clown makeup.
I'm not your monkey. God damn it.
Felicia, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. We'll all be watching your fight again.
We will indeed.
February 29th, it's going to be on ESPN+.
I think this one we're finally doing a watch party, or
you can't.
Someone
didn't
suggested.
check their calendar.
No, but somebody suggested that we do it here. Oh, yeah, I guess we can't. Are you out?
Yeah. I forgot that. I was
always got
missing Samantha's.
Yeah, it's the same day as my Semantics 3-year anniversary party that Tom Van guaranteed he would be at.
I know. Yeah, I felt like I had last night.
Where are you?
I thought that was during the day.
It is during the day, but he's going to be. He's not going to be
for
around.
wilderness on vacation.
With the dervishes, you've seen them enough.
I know. My wife had put it in the calendar for whatever reason. I think I Tom Van guaranteed it before. I looked at the calendar, and then I was like, "Fuck!" I did it again. Anyway,
so your wife would be upset.
It was right next to the alarm to pick up Tom.
Well, I'm going to be watching the fight. I just can't go to Samantha's.
I see.
3-year anniversary party at Rock Pit Brewing.
Where are you watching it on your phone? Out at the
I guess,
campsite?
I have an RV share. I guess I'm probably not even going to be able to watch the goddamn. I have to.
You can watch it on your phone.
They got one of those. Someone's going to be watching the fight in that.
They tailgate out
but
there,
then you got to walk over there with your Yeti cup, and you're like, "Hey, go Gators!"
I'll bring my
this
jeans
girl that's
shorts.
on. She's on my podcast.
I
know this girl.
I'll be like, she's my best friend.
Don't let him do that.
I tell you, Mayor Triplet.
How much do we hurt your image with you? I want a real accurate.
Has anybody looked up on YouTube?
I probably lost 1,000 followers.
It's not a bad thing because I did last time. Remember two times.
Well, that's just because of the things you say. She's sweet and intelligent.
You talked about the hat last time. I'm surprised you're still here in business.
I mean, you actually told a story about shitting your pants and then scraping poop off your feet, your shoes with a magazine.
By the way,
people want to hear that stuff.
I give them what they want.
I'm still waiting for once Felicia's champion for then some blog to come out, be like, look what she did in her earlier career is her fighting me. Like she beat up some fat radio guy. Then they're gonna be bagging on her for like
How much money for you to take a shot right now?
To the face?
If we went old school, because like old school, you would have been like, whatever. I'll talk. You know I'm right.
She'll kill me.
No, but you know I'm right. If, old school Tom Van, if I said how much, you'd be like, I'll get to you know how much? You can't put a price on it, right?
I mean,
she'd knock you flat.
She's gonna knock him out.
Knock him flat out.
It would have to be like
$10,000 or something.
No,
right?
what I paid for my boat. So I can justify it.
How about I don't need to get paid for my bozo hair? If I grow it, you get hit in the face.
No, it's not worth it.
Well, that's got to be a 3-inch 3-inch bozo. He goes at 3-inch.
Hey, by the way, I'm convinced one more concussion at CTE.
I don't think he's got
I'm on the
more
verge of my brain.
You'll be telling Tommy to kill you and pin a note to your chest.
I already had concussions from Felicia after that fight. I was getting deja vu after. I was like, why? It was bad.
Where's my son? Is he still at school?
Yeah.
Why are you throwing that guilt on her, man?
I'm just saying, she's a hard puncher. So, Felicia, thanks for coming by. I appreciate
we love you. Thanks so much for coming by.
Throw out your Instagram so we can get you a little more followers at this point. We're not going to do much.
Follow her on Instagram.
Drop in the bucket.
It's at Phenom479 for any Instagram, Twitter.
There you go.
You got it.
Phenom479. This is Warriors. We'll be back with more A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan right after this. 1-844-TOMNDAN or show at tomanddan.com for emails. We'll be right back.
Party, I could take a long walk off a short pier. Every complaint is
You know, I'm not going to do what I normally do here, where I say, tanks, my name's Hank. My booty hole stank. I'm not going to.
Well, you just did it.
No. I was just telling. We're recording.
You did it.
Tank America.
My booty hole stank. I did it. Now I understand. It's too fun. TankAmerica.com. Maybe you want to drive an actual tank. This is the only place that I've ever heard of you could do it. We went out there and did a show. Sounds kind of crazy
when you put it like that, right?
Yeah, and if you ask for the Tom and Dan package, basically that gives you, it's not on their website, you have to call to ask, but it gives you $100 off their normal full tank package.
Why are you whispering?
I'm just telling our listeners.
You don't want Butler to hear it?
And not only do you get $100 off, you also get to come in and watch a show with your group of friends that you went and did the tank adventure with. So you get to drive a tank. You get to drive the tank with the combat latch.
Combat lock, buddy.
Lock.
Yeah.
So, like, you get to experience what someone in war experienced in their really cool course that they got built behind Tank
you
America.
can be like fat and not scared.
Yeah.
But
Of
like
course, yeah.
real people would be like,
Oh.
not fat and totally scared. Yeah, I feel like.
They also will let you drive over a car. And
Yes.
what other opportunity in life can you say, I crushed a car with a tank?
With a tank.
And Tank America
I have
gives
done
you that. Yes. And if that's not your bag, then you can go and play the tactical laser combat that we did. And it's the M16s that are actual weighted that has CO2 cartridges in the actual magazines.
Well, you have to reload them like actual service revolvers or rifles.
Yeah, you pull the magazine out and then you clip it
It's
back
legit.
in, and it has the action. And there's a fully auto, there's bursts, there's regular
And
semi-auto.
if that wasn't enough, the course that they set up is like as if you were going through a real training scenario.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
really, really cool. If you've never even seen it, you just got to check it out.
Yeah, huge AC facility that they made look like the Middle East, like you're in some sort of weird hospital bazaar. And
Yeah,
and
it's amazing.
They also have like TVs up with the keep track of your score. They'll tell you all the instructions.
Cameras
There's
everywhere,
multiple
so the game
different
master
games.
can watch you. He
Yeah.
can,
It's super
set
organized.
up different games. I know it sounds crazy. You really have to go out there and experience it and check it out.
Yeah, and it's not expensive. If you got like teenage kids, this is perfect for that.
I think the BDM side chicks are actually going to do do an event out there. I can't tell you when, and I can't tell you where.
Yeah.
If you're a lady and you want to join BDM side chicks and join the group, well, you better get on it now.
Yep, 100%. It's tankamerica.com.
No. You will know. That is Blue Vervain with their cover of Dreams by Fleetwood Mac. Welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I am Dan.
I'm Tom.
Whoa, that was perfectly timed.
Timed it.
What are we doing now, buddy?
We can
What do you wanna
anything.
do now?
We got some stories.
God, we already burned Air-Fryday, and I know that bit was really good.
What's slow motion for me?
Oh, I want to deep dive the lyrics for the song Slow Motion for me. But I'd rather do Laffy Taffy. Can we do that instead?
Okay. Yeah.
Remember the song Laffy Taffy?
Of course.
Sam, could you look up the lyrics for the song Laffy Taffy?
What?
Shake that Laffy Taffy.
Okay, all right.
I like how Tom's like, whoa.
I needed to.
What brought this on, though? Like, what made you think
I get high.
Yep.
And
Yep.
then I listened to things with my wife, and we were listening to like 90s music, I guess. Awesome. I don't even know how you spell Laffy Taffy. How do
Really?
you-
Laffytaffy.
Laffy, that's not even real.
It rhymes with taffy. You gotta spell it like taffy.
Banana Laffy Taffy.
Laffy
It
Taffy,
is
a song done by D4L,
Yep,
right?
yep.
Is that Down for Life? Is that what that means? I'm guessing.
I don't know what D4L stands for.
But Laffy Taffy, does everybody know the song Laffy Taffy from
I do.
2005?
I remembered it when Samantha said.
What?
Is that an old? Is that like an old black man saying?
It sounds like it.
Yeah, it does stand for Down for Life, by the way.
Yeah, it sounds. See, I'm more hood than I think I am. It's almost like has anybody's old black grandpa ever been like, I'm gonna go inside and get me some of that old Laffy Taffy?
There was a time period where you could make a popular song that just had you just yelled one ridiculous thing like peanut butter jelly or Laffy Taffy.
I got a fist bump you. That's an excellent.
I hate fist bumping.
I know, and that's why.
To the industry leader, radio guys turned podcasters.
All right, stop! Oh God, Laffy Taffy's on! My God, stop!
So what is that? Is this like if you just have some ridiculous thing word and put a beat behind it and it'll be popular?
Look,
because
we
of
have
the
a song
absurdity?
called Time for Bath.
You know, I know.
What I mean?
Time for bathing,
It's
time for bathing, time for bathing, time for bathing.
So what is it?
It's just catchy.
It doesn't even matter
Oh
what
my
you're
God!
saying.
Is that our Laffy Taffy?
It is.
Yeah, that's
It
what
is.
Laffy Taffy.
Holy shit! Laffy Taffy, this is pretty bad.
Shake that Laffy Taffy.
Yeah.
Is that the front
that
or
an
the
ass?
back?
No, that's why. This is all. These are all great
looks like
questions.
Laffy Taffy.
We'll get to all of them. This is why I chose this song. But I was listening to this. I'm laying there on the bed. Okay, I have to paint the picture. My wife is like, she has the Dyson hairdryer.
She's shaking her Laffy Taffy.
No, I wish. But she has her Dyson hairdryer and she's going through and getting her hair done. By the way, that's one of the greatest inventions. You want to make your wife, especially if you're...
She walked by that. My girlfriend walked by that. She's like, oh, that's the best hairdryer ever.
I'll tell you right now.
It's like $400.
No, you got to find the ones that fall off trucks like old Danny D did.
Find me one, bro.
I can find you one.
Really? Yeah,
I ordered one from a very sketchy website. 2, actually. They were the Chinese New Year edition.
Does it say Dyson or does it say license?
No, it's a real Dyson, but just the price nuts.
This one smells like coronavirus.
I'm virtually certain that ours were stolen. So, on this particular song, though, I'm laying there and I'm like, Laffy Taffy started as a candy, right?
Yeah.
And it's just
Willy
taffy.
Wonka?
It's just crazy flavored taffy, right?
Yeah.
And then these guys.
Put jokes on the wrappers. That makes it the Laffy Taffy.
Okay, gotcha. So D4L says, and they like that. Now, it's no, it's not like a secret that in like all of my, how do I say this without? There's some things I don't think you can say without sounding racist. My black friends, I'm just going to say it. My black friends when I was in high school were all about fruity sodas and fruity candies. They were. So all of my friends that were on the football team, all of my friends that, happened to be black and played, sports that I knew, that I hung out with at DeLand High, every single one of them either liked some sort of like crazy sodas or some sort of like now and later Laffy Taffy type of fruity, yummy treat, right?
Yeah.
So did that permeate culture in 2005 to invent the song Laffy Taffy by D4L?
No.
It was... What was it?
That's looking way too...
It is... Laffy Taffy
Jolly Ranchers
is a slang term for female genitalia.
No, I understand that.
The front!
Correct.
I was right.
Oh, it is the front?
The
I thought it
labia.
was the back.
Yeah.
I thought it was your ass.
No, that doesn't look like a Laffy Taffy. Think of what a labia minor. Is that what it's called?
Majora.
Manure?
The menorah.
I don't want to be...
The menorah is what you put the candles in, you light it. And the
The major is the outside, the minor is the inside, right?
Labia major?
I don't
I
know.
thought there was two.
I thought it was
there's two
You
parts.
majored in labia?
I thought it was the labia majora and the labia minora.
I don't know nothing. Someone said lips one time. I was like, lips!
sick Joker lips.
I was like, I don't even know what you're saying.
He missed sex ed class somewhere.
Lips.
I'm like, lips?
They're not lips.
But he does have dick lips.
Yeah, your dick has lips.
Yeah, that is
They're
true.
still there?
Yeah.
Oh, you need to get a reduction.
Get rubbed
My
off.
God, are you sure it's not a growth of some sort?
It's a Laffy Taffy.
All right, let's dig in.
I'm looking for Mrs. Bubblegum. I'm Mr.
This is a scooping song.
I wanna cause you so thick.
Okay, I'm looking for Mr. Bubblegum.
No, Mrs. Bubblegum.
Oh, so that's the pussy.
Correct.
So I'm looking for. So should I? Like, I've never heard anybody. Like, if my mother said, "Oh my goodness, I went to the doctor. I've got a problem with Mrs. Bubblegum," I would be like, "What? What's wrong with your Laffy Taffy, Mom?"
Lips!
Lips. Okay.
I'm a Jolly Rancher, cause I stay so hard. You can suck me for a long time. Oh my God.
Damn, this is really sexual. I never realized.
I
the whole
know
thing
that's
is sexual.
why.
Holy
I was
shit.
listening to
So
this
the beginning-
well, by the way, my daughter and wife are basically dancing nude.
Dancing to- oh,
yeah,
Jesus
I'm
Christ.
laying in the bed because I go to bed at like 6:30. So when I put my daughter to bed at 7, I'm already in bed, like tucked in. So she has to come visit me like I'm Willy Wonka's grandpa. Like I'm already tucked in. I'm like,
Grandpa
come
Joe.
see Grandpa. I'm like, Bap, Maisie, Bap, you'll float. And so they're dancing naked to Laffy Taffy.
When your kid is putting you to bed, that's when
I'm here.
Maisie,
the show's only got about 2 more years. So I didn't know that Laffy Taffy was. I thought it was about like most songs that I know of that are like rap songs that are about like genitalia are about like asses shaking. I've never heard a song that like went right in to like
the front,
the taffy, the front taffy.
I call it the cookie.
This a candy store, and I'm really geeked up. And I got more trouble.
I'm really geeked up. He says that. He also says that
That means he's coked up.
His Jolly Rancher is really hard.
They call him Jolly Rancher.
Yeah.
I roll, it's soft. I know it's the summertime, but your Laffy Taffy got me focused loose.
So he said it's summertime. Your Laffy Taffy got me what?
According to this lyrics page, it says, it's the summertime, but your Laffy Taffy got me cold.
All right.
Doesn't make any sense.
Is it blowing cold air on him?
I wish.
It's kind of like grapefruiting.
Put a hose
You
in there.
want it
save
cold?
on
I thought that you don't want it cold.
Yeah, you want it hot.
Yeah.
Moist.
Get low, don't be shy. I'm Fable. Oh, I know you wanna ride, you're a star, and it shows. What's happening? What's up? Let's go.
Does anybody ever listen to this kind of stuff and go, you know what, this is absolute fucking garbage? Like, does anybody ever go, like, why did we give these guys so much money?
It's a novelty.
They made a shit ton of money off of this.
But I think though, like the novelty song nowadays is the viral song that goes viral everywhere. But the artist doesn't make any money on it.
Yeah.
Like it's a super popular. You have like 7 million plays. Maybe if you get paid by Spotify. But now when things are popular like this, you can't monetize it because it's free on the internet. Back in 2005, like I know the internet existed and social media a little bit, but people use similar to the what's the guy that Because I Got High song? Remember when
Afro
Man? Like he turned that stupid novelty song. Like apparently Howard Stern played it. Didn't we interview him?
Yeah, we did.
Oh yeah. So he told the story like he came out with a goof novelty song and then went to bed and he woke up like Howard Stern had played it in that morning and then it was like a national phenomenon and then all of a sudden like he blew up and then he was
It's kind of like the guy that quacked like a duck for us.
Yeah, Goat and Your Mom.
He didn't blow up though.
Goat and Your Mom. Now, the other one I wrote down for a bit of a deep dive was Slow Motion.
Yeah.
Is that Soulja Slim?
I believe that's Juvenile.
Slow motion for me, moving slow motion for me.
I forgot about the song.
Slow motion for me, moving.
Or is this the wrong one?
This is the Juvenile version.
Oh, is it? Is that the wrong one?
I don't know. I mean, this is the one I know.
Know how to act. Slow motion for me,
Now, slow motion, I don't think you can, right?
I think I can understand what Juvenile's saying because I can imagine a girl dancing slow motion.
I don't think my wife can do that.
No. Not for the
slow motion.
Whites. Whites. I'm just saying. They're not good at dancing slow motion.
No, they're like, look at me, I'm a slow motion robot. I left Tommy at school.
I've seen my wife dance at weddings. That's very embarrassing and very.
It takes a special white girl to be able to.
Slow motion for me, moving slow motion for me. I like it like that. She working that back. I don't know how to act. Slow motion for me. Slow motion for me.
Yes.
Slow motion for me.
Yes.
Slow motion for me. I'm a dick thrower. Her neck and her back hurting. Cutthroat. I have you like a brand new version. It's like once you get used to it, then you start.
Okay, yeah. I just I was both of these I wrote down. I was like, I gotta dive into this this slow motion. Have you ever, and answer honestly, and I'm going to go around the room. Have you ever?
You probably know the answer to this already.
Tried to act sexy and dance or say something sexy to your wife? Like, have you ever leaned into her ear and said, like, I want to eat your pussy?
No, of course. No,
good, Sam. Good.
Even the Valentine's...
Would she laugh?
Yes, even the Valentine's Day card I wrote.
You wrote a Valentine's Day card?
Well, I had the kids.
I like that it's gay that he has a wife that he wrote a Valentine's Day card.
It just goes to show you that term means more than what it used to
No,
mean.
it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
Well, we all laughed.
Yeah, it's all that matters.
But it's still wrong. Even though I thought it was funny. It's wrong.
Funny, funny and wrong.
I agree.
Funny and wrong. Do not do it again, and if you do, I'll laugh, but it's still wrong. Funny and wrong.
Funny and wrong.
Exactly.
So anyway, I wrote the card. By the way,
no.
I did miswrite
no.
because she started coming, and then I closed.
Slow motion for me. Slow motion for me. Slow motion for me. Shake the laughing diver. Shake the laughing diver.
Are you Mr. Chico Stick?
She started coming, and I started riding. I can't spell.
Anyway,
I stopped writing.
That's good.
I wrote something to the effect of the family would be a lot more happy if it wasn't for you or something.
What?
Why?
They'd be a lot more happy.
The family would be a lot happier if you were dead. Your friend, Tom Vlad.
We wouldn't be as happy.
Shake that laughing time.
Anyway,
I do not want you to die.
You told your wife the family would be a lot better off without her?
But I wrote it.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I wrote was instead of wasn't. Anyway, I fucked it up because I
Shake that crappy tappy.
I got her flowers. I forgot my point, but
do you whisper?
So you're not very sexy.
Even when she reads something that I write that's trying to be sentimental, she she laughs at it because she knows it's just not me.
Oh.
You know, I'm not wired that way. I'm not
unfortunate. Even when he tries.
Because it's been too long now. So if I try, it comes
Doesn't she
out
always
fake.
ask you to be more sentimental and
yes,
flirt with her?
but I can't do it. It's like a robot trying to learn love.
You can't with
It's like you can't. It like hugs you. It's pretending. It's like
I have no concept of love.
What you need to do is start like tiny little increments. You don't need to
Tiny
go
laughing
all
tapping.
super at once. Just like little things here and there.
Tiny
like,
tapping.
Hey, babe, your tits look nice tonight.
No, that's not.
Yes.
My wife hates
Yes.
that.
Oh, really?
I tell
Just
my
little-
wife,
No,
I
but I
go,
think Crystal would like
Hey,
it.
baby,
I
love your lips.
I tell my
Baby,
wife,
your
I
titties
go,
look so good.
oh, I love your tits. And she's like, sometimes I just feel like a piece of meat.
Oh, what? She doesn't say it. Does she really?
Yeah, she does.
And I'm like,
that's
should I love it?
Just like when she's like getting her hair
anybody
done
want-
in the mirror, just walk up behind her and grab her and be like, baby, your tits look so good right now. Just
Yeah, I
like
like
something little like that, and then you add on
But the
to
problem is when I do
It's
that,
very aggressive for being little.
Yeah.
Is it?
I grab.
Why did you say grab? I didn't say shit.
Everyone. I'm like, I'll hold you down. Stop farting me. Stop farting me. Oh, you're about to fall through the glass there. God, look what you made me do. Look what you made me do. Now I have to kill you. Shut down, Laffy Taffy.
Jesus, that escalated
Real
way,
question.
way.
Does anybody really want Laffy Taffy being shook in their face?
Oh,
I'm not anti it.
I want my head.
I mean, I
pushed.
wouldn't
By
stop
saying,
it.
by saying they want
I
to
like-
shake your Laffy
Yeah,
Taffy.
I'm okay with
yeah,
that.
You're okay.
Put the taffy right
Now,
in. Yeah.
I'm with Samantha. I don't really want that.
That's clapping tapping.
Because Laffy Taffy.
Clapping tappy's different.
Because
I Laffy at Laffy Taffy.
I've experienced very few all nude strip clubs, and the one that I remember the most was down in Key West at one of buddy's
Butthole in your face, then you.
party. or
Laffy
whatever.
Taffy.
Well, you get a butthole if you get Laffy
That
Taffy.
was a piece of that was a bubble gum.
Shut that mole holy.
And there was a girl that got on stage, and she was she would look great, but she was bigger.
wonky
It
leg.
was more of a novelty kind of thing. She had a
Shake
great
that hippo dimpo. Shake that hippo dimpo.
personality.
I didn't
She
say
had a
it.
great personality.
I'm just saying, she was fun. Everybody was like, yeah, like everybody loved her. And then she got on.
Have a funny set.
and we're tipping. And then my buddy.
Hey guys, I'm so happy to be here. How many people have flown lately? How many people have flown lately?
But it was full nude.
What's the deal with these poles?
And then I remember she got on stage in front of my buddy Porno Joe, and everybody was like, we're going crazy. Well, all our friends, Miami friends, are going crazy. And then she locked her legs behind his neck, right? Like and like she was fully nude, right? And then she started, and then
Sarlacc pit.
he put his hands on the stage to brace himself to try to hold his neck back.
That's called the at.
But she had so muscular. Her legs were so muscular. He stood no chance. So she was pulling his face towards her vagina, which was open. And he was fighting it with all his might, and it got closer and closer, and we're all cheering, and he was like, ah! And then as soon as his nose touched, he gave up his muscle, like he gave up, and it was like straight in.
Pie.
And everybody went crazy, and it was, but anyway, I just you're right. It would have been some underwear is fine.
No, I like the taffy.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
You know what?
It's fine.
It's not
Underwear
only shaking it on that. Like, you don't think a graphic, but like if you have a hard on and she's like shaking it on your like like moving it up and so you're not inserted in here. It's just going up and down.
That's a porno. That's a shit. The barehead porno.
He lives porno life.
That's
what do you mean?
Like the actual when the male stripper's banging each girl in a line.
No, he's not talking about that.
No, I'm talking about when you're
alone,
with a woman alone with a girl and she's just like shaking it on your shaft and it's like going up and down.
Do you ever do shaft play?
I've seen it in pornos.
I do it.
What?
I asked for it.
I didn't think anybody did that. I thought that was only in the movies.
Frog started this way.
Yeah.
Now you're learning about the taffy shake.
I feel like that stopped a few years ago for me.
The thing.
Oh, really?
Travis is with me. He's always with me. He's my wingman. He knows. He don't get the goddamn.
But he got it at one point.
He don't get
it's old Goose and Maverick at it again.
The taffy shaft. It's the taffy shaft.
Yeah. Take the shafted taffy. Take that shafted taffy.
You're squidding the canoe. We don't get that.
Everything's back to squids.
Everybody
birds
knows
or
I wanna
squids.
drop my goo. Everybody knows the shaft up in the canoe.
But he's at least got it before.
Yeah. Well, I mean.
You need some shafted taffy.
Well, I am a year older.
Squid the canoe.
Maybe that's something you just start off talking.
You don't
sweet
squid
to
the
him,
canoe?
No, it's.
I like a good canoe squid, and then I like mouth on the canoe. Then I like to lay my canoe in the bushes and tap.
What are you doing with the canoe? Too much.
Then I go.
Too much canoe?
Then I put the canoe in the garage a few times. I pull it out, put it back in the,
No.
Smoke the cigar.
No, don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
And then the canoe leaks all over the mountains.
Seth, what is it? What's like the 20-year-old girls and do this thing is the same thing? Is it what Dan described?
You said you said for tonight it's a.
Did they do the frog?
Tonight it's a whole new world.
They do the frog.
They do the frog.
Back me up on the frog. They
do the frog.
Oh yeah, no, that's true. But to help. I usually do because I do curls a little.
So he's getting a workout.
I get under the hamstring.
Yeah, let me lift you. 75 pounds, babe.
I pop her up a little bit.
Do you ever do that move? I've only seen it,
but yes,
thank you.
I've only seen it in pornos, but usually a bigger, muscular guy is holding the girl standing.
I do that.
And he's holding her. You've done that?
I've done that a couple times.
Against the wall? I do that. Except
freestanding.
I do that, except my wife's completely on the ground and I can still get in.
Usually that's a transition stage.
Andrea sits on sit spread eagle, and I'm still I'm lifting you. She's like, my feet are on the ground.
Usually that's a transition state though. So like I don't know, maybe like she's riding you on the bed and your feet are off the bed, and then you stand up, pick her up, maybe for like a minute, and then turn around and lay her on the bed. So it's like a transition point.
Yes.
To turn.
When I transition, it's a full
He's
break.
trying to
When you transition, you come in here, you're like, I'm on the hormones now. My breasts are going to start growing. They're tender, and you will now refer to me as Tamina.
What I usually whisper is, dig your nails into my back a little hard. That's my thing. I like the nails. Like,
do you ever
hard.
whisper?
Like,
No, talk, whisper.
I
nothing.
did something this week that's I'm sorry, gonna make you uncomfortable.
What?
this will all be over soon.
I decided that my wife, let's just say she's doing what nature does for ladies.
Okay.
And I was still horny, so I decided to masturbate in front of her.
No,
That's
come
sexy.
on. Don't
I
do that
a lot. All the time.
No,
I
nobody wants to see that.
I like that
love
Seth thinks that him jacking off is sex.
No, her doing it at the same time. I think that's
Was she?
so sexy.
No, because
No, I
she,
was just
obviously she
saying.
couldn't. But, I mean, she could have. I mean, but it's not her thing.
Okay.
But she helped me by, showing me things and guiding me and helping a little bit. And then I
say my wife caught me cranking in the shower one time. She's like, I'll leave.
My wife caught me. Like, she walked out like a roommate. Like you walked in on your bro.
I think I told
I yelled at her. I was like,
"Would you lock? Would you lock the door? Sock at the door."
I think I told this story before.
I hide it. I'm like, no one's in here.
I think I told the story before. My ex caught me doing it, and she was filming me laughing. I heard her like bent down in the behind the door going, and I'm fucking furiously jacking it, and I hear her. I look. No, she's in the door. So it was a downstairs in Baldwin, we're 3 levels.
Oh.
So I was in the downstairs in my office, just fucking cranking it, and then I hear her. I look, and all I see is her all the way ducked down with the camera, like filming me, like doing it. I run, and she runs up the 3rd floor, and I like, get me in the bathroom. She's locked in the bathroom. She's like, I'm saving. Like, you fucking delete that right now.
Oh, that is Pistorius.
oh my God. Next thing you know, you got blade feet. It's like, I killed her and I run faster. I win.
Let's finish off a couple voicemail and then we'll get out of here.
We're talking about something else.
It's Valentine's Day. You got it. What are your plans? You're taking to
just going to. She has to work until late.
Going
tonight,
to Chili's.
So we're gonna go. I'm not telling where I'm going.
Are you?
She doesn't listen.
Are you obligated to?
No, we're just going, no, she knows. We're just going to a steakhouse. I don't remember.
Speaking of sex talk, are you obligated as a couple to do it tonight? No. It's like, no.
I'm popping 2 Viagra just in case.
Oh my God! Before the steakhouse.
You need Viagra?
No. I just.
Let me put your napkin down. Oh, my stop.
Okay.
Well, he's got to keep up with a younger woman.
No, I don't have to keep up with anything. I mean, I have a high sex drive. She keeps up with. Well, we're about equal.
Well, I mean, your 2 Viagra tells you
nobody
does nothing for drive.
Nobody can keep up with me.
I'm going to Charlie's tonight. That's where it was. I knew.
That's a great steakhouse. Like, I have a problem. Nobody can keep up with me. Like, even if I dated one of those like
ultra-sexual,
vapid. Ultra-sexual, like, porn star teens couldn't do it enough for me.
Really?
I don't think so. I have a problem.
Yeah. That's a like a sex addiction or something. You're telling your therapist about that.
Help.
You can't stop yourself.
I'm going to hide it until it becomes a problem.
Do you masturbate a lot to this?
Oh, yeah. Like 7 times a day.
That's a lot here.
He says it, and I know there's an exaggeration, but it's not that much.
It's like 5.
I guarantee
when
you
I say 5. When I say 7, I really mean 6.
You 100% have done it here. I know it.
No.
Bullshit.
No, masturbated here?
Yeah, I
no.
know. I guarantee you.
No, ma'am.
Yeah, well, there's cameras in every room, so
That's true.
Right there.
So,
in that office?
Yeah, everywhere.
No, the office is the only one non-camera.
Exactly.
That's where the jizz is.
No, there's no jizz in here.
I can log in. I can hear
this guy.
Like, hold on. either hamsters taking it there or something.
No, believe me, if you heard it, it'd sound like. That's what it
Something's wrong with you.
Yeah.
It's check this out.
No, okay.
Hey, Tom and Dan, it's Zach from Ohio. You guys cream pieing your wives right now? Travis? Sam, you getting cream pied? Anybody cream pieing at all?
Oh, come on.
I mean, not at this exact moment.
I mean, if I got a condom on.
It's not a cream pie.
That's called a doggy bag.
I'll take it to go, please.
Oh.
And dessert for the way home. Actually, can I get a coffee to go?
What's I'm surprised there's not any sort of like new revolutionary like
better way to
birth
cream
control. No, yeah, like that's out. I know that there's
They need to make a pill for men.
They have it. They have got
Take
birth
it.
control now.
well, they got the depot shot, and
That's
then,
all for women.
And
There's
well,
a guy
No, I want the shot. I want the shot so nothing comes out. It'd just be easier.
The
No,
poop.
that's what?
yeah,
It's easier.
That's so fun.
Because
You
even
get the
after
feeling-
I cream pie, I go to the bathroom, I clean up, wipe down with a washcloth, get into bed, pull my covers up, I'm sleeping nude, and it's still like a little bit coming out. I'm like, God damn it! Yeah, and I'd rather it just nothing come out.
That's not young people don't get that. It's like as you
No,
age,
I think everybody gets
it stays
that.
and it's
I
like,
have always like come, clean up, and then always a little more cum.
it's like an old super soaker. You pump it up. The initial.
It's losing gas. Keep shooting.
It's got leaks, so it's not as powerful.
No, I think all of them. I don't think it like when you ejaculate. I don't think it's like, and then like nothing else comes out. I think there's always going to be a little
something in chamber,
like a little runoff.
But hey, there should be some easier way. Like when I got my vasectomy, I didn't know. Like I wasn't educated on it before. I thought nothing was ever going to come out again. Like I thought it stopped it from coming out.
Poor dum dum.
But why not make it like that? Like I would prefer it.
I want that.
But apparently it doesn't work.
I don't think girls would like that. Well, I don't know about your girls, but I know some girls really like that.
I don't think my wife has ever been like, "Oh my god, you did not put enough cum inside of me."
Once they're over it, if it's not new and fresh. It's anything.
Also, there's a lot of girls that play into that for the guy. It's not necessarily that they fucking love it. They know that you guys like it.
That's true.
Well, that's nice of him.
One more voicemail because we're so mean to him. Here we go.
So I've said it before. Please hire Seth. He's fucking hilarious, and he adds a lot to your show. It's one of the main reasons that I tune in for the Friday Free Show. Thanks.
Shut up, asshole.
We sound really excited about it.
Shut up,
I like that.
So he's in here all the time. We're going to hire him for what? Like to come by, like he's sitting on the couch, like he's our receptionist. He's going to agree.
That's a new character you're doing called Business Little John, where you go hire him for what? Like you don't have to do it. No need.
He's on the show all the time.
Something humiliating, like cleaning your office, vacuum, cleaning up Dan's cum stains in the office.
There's no cum stains.
I love he gets real defensive about it.
Because there's cum stains.
Do you have weekly like business meetings at the jungle where you go in there? What do you guys?
All right, guys, let's get down to brass tacks.
No, of course we have.
Who hasn't been spraying the pads?
No, I'm a huge knee freak. So I'm actually the one
true.
that does.
He's a hypochondriac.
I do get on people about the Airdynes were not wiped down last week. Who is in charge of wiping the Airdynes last week? Why is there rust on the water fountain? I need that rust.
Ooh. Oh, you got rusty water fountain?
Talk about
there's
my God. Was
it
a concentration camp?
Was this before or after you walk out with your dick tucked behind you?
Look, guys, before we start this meeting, I'm going to let you know right now, I'm on 2 Viagra because it's Valentine's Day. So wipe that rust. I get a boner.
Back when I used to work out the jungle, I'm at the rusty water fountain drinking. I'm about to vomit. I'm like breathing heavy. I turn on rust though, completely nude with his dick tucked behind his shaved pubes, and he's doing the goddamn. What is that? I call the Professor Buffalo. What's the Buffalo man?
Buffalo Bill.
Buffalo Bill.
Professor Buffalo. You're thinking of Colonel Mustard and Professor Plumber.
He's doing the Buffalo Bill. And I'm like, what the fuck? Professor He's the owner of the company. Professor
First of all, I don't remember doing that.
Would you fuck
I know
me?
you don't.
I'd fuck me.
Professor Buffalo.
And I don't do that when people are there. That's
I imagine you don't. It happened to me, a customer.
It'd be so weird chasing Professor Buffalo.
Sponsored.
That's it.
I wasn't paying anything.
That's the end of the show. We're done.
All right.
That's the funniest thing I've ever heard.
Well, speaking of the jungle,
oh my God!
If you want to work out there,
jungleorlando.com. Again, we spoke earlier to Felicia. She's the kids coach, the Little Gorillas. And we do that from 5 to 6 every single day of the week. And at the same time, we do a jungle fit class in the back so the parents, you guys can drop your kids off, go get a little workout for your NARP selves, and then pick your kids back up, and then you go home and make yourself an unhealthy dinner to ruin everything you just did.
Hey, those people keep you in business.
No, I'm just
if everybody was healthy, you wouldn't have a.
I need you playing at shitness people.
No. They're actually really good. They're working on themselves.
That was heartfelt. No, they're actually really.
I didn't know what to say. I was trying to think of something to redeem myself, but I couldn't.
God, something come to my brain.
Exactly. It's exactly what I was thinking.
Please give me a compliment.
Go to jungleorlando.com for that, and then follow me on it. Are we done?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if I'm plugging myself. Follow me on Instagram because I need more. I need to catch up to Felicia. So at
she surpassed you.
She doubled me right after the fight. She doubled me.
You'll never catch up.
No, I'm gonna. I have plans to do something else, something very creative that'll get me some followers. I'm I'm gonna do some sort of YouTube channel.
Yeah, that ship didn't sail.
Just now,
I'm gonna start this YouTube.
There's this new thing out. I don't know if you guys heard of it.
I'm
on Twitter now, guys. Hey guys.
Hey, you guys.
So follow me out. So.
Subscribe below.
If you want to see more good videos, I'm gonna put 1,000 Orbeez in my pool. Yeah, all right.
I was actually thinking about doing something serious, doing karate kata.
Oh, that'll get
yeah.
Serious YouTube is that'll get your followers.
I'm very serious about my karate. I better log in and get some tips from YouTube. Oh wait, hey, it's Silverback Seth. Karate. Hey guys, what's up? I put 1,000 Orbeez in my pool.
Wait, what? 1,000 what?
Orbeez.
Oh.
That's what all YouTubers do. Hey, I'm gonna do an underwater challenge. You know, it's like everything's a challenge.
Watch me put this hot melted ball in the Orbeez.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm gonna pour this molten aluminum down an anthill. Look what it makes. Hey, art. Fucking idiots. YouTube sucks.
All right, I won't do it then.
Samantha, Semantics.
What about it? You're not coming to my event.
3-year anniversary, February 29th.
Wait a
I'll
minute.
never forgive you.
Is that the Sunday?
What if
Saturday.
I got it.
See,
I got it.
The following day, I'm going to be the guest host with Sabrina Ambra from the News Junkie for the Winter Park St. Patrick's Day Parade.
Cool.
On Saturday.
What is it?
No idea. I just got asked.
St. Patty's Day
Yeah,
parade.
I'm going to be a commentator.
Are you coming to my event?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'll be there.
He's the good one.
Hold on. What if I paid someone to show up with me FaceTime on their phone?
Remy?
And then I
How much you paying, bro?
I don't think she'd ever forgive you, actually.
Okay, what do I pay Butler to show up?
Butler is
I think Butler was going to go anyway, so that doesn't count.
No.
Somebody that wasn't
Well, he's
planning on
holding
going.
the.
He's a good friend.
He's holding me, and I'm FaceTiming, and I'm seeing everybody like, "Hey, I'm here."
Oh, like
It's
the
virtual.
grandfather on Modern Family. Whatever that guy's name
They did that. That's a South Park episode. They taped the FaceTime to a freaking costume.
It's the same thing. I'm seeing everybody. I'm like, "Hey, I'm not doing small talk. I'm doing exactly
But you won't.
the same
You won't do
thing."
that. Your wife will be like, "Get off your phone, you idiot!"
No. I'll be going.
You got to make it some more.
I'll be in the RV bathroom. I'll do my debut.
Oh, what? You're on the toilet at Fort Wilderness?
No, I'm just hiding so I don't get yelled at.
You should make a gracious donation.
You can't leave for 2 hours and then come back?
To Orlando Girls Rock Camp on Semantics' behalf.
You can leave for 2 hours.
We're having
You're
a
not even
silent
going to want to
auction.
be around the wizard for that long.
I gotta go from Fort Wilderness. It's too
not
far.
that
So
far.
far.
Rock Pit is in South Orlando. It's 20 minutes
Plus,
away
it's
from
nighttime.
Disney.
I gotta Uber because I'll
It's
be
2
wasted.
p.m. It's 2 p.m. It's not nighttime.
Yeah, but I'll start early on Saturday.
Is he still bringing his free range dogs that just do whatever?
Oh yeah, horrible.
Yeah.
I hate hanging out with them.
Yeah,
I don't
you
even
want to
go.
get out of there.
Yeah, but it's more. I'm afraid of my wife because she put it on the thing, and that's the whole thing. Anyway,
What if you delete it?
But what you do is it's been on there.
No. You just delete it.
That doesn't work.
But I feel like you opted into the event before she put it on the calendar.
No, it was in the calendar. He just didn't check.
Just grab your wife by the tits and say you have sweet tits on it.
There you go. Happy Valentine's Day.
Well, he's just going to grab them.
Grab them.
I'm gonna write that.
Shake your Laffy Taffy.
Grab.
Sugar Laffy Taffy. Sugar Laffy Taffy.
Grab those sweet tits.
All right.
That's the Valentine's Day relationship tip of the day.
Grab those sweet tips.
So again, February 29th.
Boys or girls?
Rock Pit.
Rock Pit Brewing at 2 p.m.
Rock Tit.
We are going to have some shirts for sale. We're going to have co-branded pint glasses for sale with Semantics and Rock Pit. And also, we're going to have a silent auction with a ton of cool shit. And all the proceeds go to Orlando Girls Rock Camp.
There you go.
Travis, what do we got going on the watering holes? But actually, before we even plug that, I want to talk about Hard Rock Live. We have
Still my first night, bro.
Sal
Volcano from Tenderloins from Impractical Jokers. I mean, he's one of the funnier members.
Yeah, Sal
Volcano
from Impractical Jokers. So if you're a fan, the pre-sale code is up right now at hardrocklive.com. So use the pre-sale code comedy and you can get pre-sale for that and get the better seats and all
Norm,
that.
you want tickets? Well, I'll give you tickets right now.
Yep. So that's from the Impractical Jokers at Hard Rock Live, and we'll be talking more about that next week. What do we got going on in the watering holes?
Well, tonight at Hard Rock Live also, we have Marc Maron. So if you don't have anything going on for Valentine's Day, doors open at 7 o'clock.
Yep.
Show starts at 7.
I'll be there with Sam and a bunch of listeners. Peter from Scotch and Good Conversation will be there. A bunch of people are coming out to that.
Then tomorrow we have our BDM CBE meetup. It's actually at Dirty Ore Brewery. So if you go out there, support them it's out in Brevard. So,
it's Brevard.
Brevard County. Definitely go out there and hit up them. Every beer you buy at the bar, you'll be entered for a raffle to get a Crowler fill up at Dirty Ore. And there'll also be some CBE prizes and swag. They'll have that out there. I don't know, maybe possibly even some of their badass glasses. I don't know if any of y'all got any of these little snifter glasses they had. They're fantastic.
Really
You might still have a chance to get one of those. I'm not 100% sure. And then lastly, get liberated on libations. There we go. We have Sanford Indie Market. I fucked up that one last time. They have their Sunday. It's going on. I pitched it last week, but this Sunday it's their Indie Market. So go there.
I've been to that.
all
It's
day.
really
They
good.
have handcrafted art. You've
been to that?
and shit like
No,
that.
your girl would
boutique.
like that.
There's gonna be food
the art
trucks.
thing?
Yeah, well, no, but
Right outside
it's like
Tuffy's.
it's just like for walking around, being outside, being active, get a bite to eat.
It's going to be an
get a
amazing
drink,
weekend too. It's going to be nice and cool. So,
Yeah, the weather's
it's a
gonna
nice
be
outside
sick.
indie market. Definitely check that out. That's going to be right in front of Tuffy's, and that starts early on Sunday.
Cool. Well, to the BDMs and non-BDMs and everybody listening to this, happy Valentine's Day.
Yes,
To everyone.
To everybody.
BDMs, non-BDMs,
have a
everyone
good-
listening.
Have a good weekend. Have it's a holiday weekend,
safe.
so don't hurt
Yeah,
yourself.
that's true.
Yeah. New boat.
Yeah.
New boat, who
But
dis?
but now I'm going to hold you to this. We'll leave with this. I have been told that you, much like what I would do, are taking the first weekend with said boat to acclimate, clean, and organize. Is that true?
Yeah, okay. So
it's already changing.
I've put I got a mobile mechanic to service the engine. It's literally at the trailer store, the trailer connection.
I love
it. Getting the whole trailer fixed, all the rusty parts fixed.
Get it all greased and ready to go.
And this weekend, because I thought about taking it out originally, I was like, I'm going to hit up Disappearing Island. Like I can't wait. The only
Typical Tom Van style.
Both my kids are sick. Max has got fucking walking pneumonia.
No, you got to put them in the boat and force them to party.
Tommy's strep throat is back as a 104 temperature last night.
104.1.
Yeah, so he's at the doctor this morning.
Was that costume, the cop costume made in China?
It was.
Son of a bitch. No kidding.
He got it.
You got the Dos Equis virus.
Anyway, and I forgot that it was
Pacifica.
a holiday weekend, and so the fucking boat ramps are gonna be crazy. Not the best time for me to bring out a first time boat
Good
that I've
call.
never driven before. And
I'm proud of you.
Can you
it's a
believe
behemoth.
that? Can you
I'm proud
believe
of him.
that?
Oh, I want to so bad though.
I know.
Everything.
I know,
This is against everything you believe in.
Actually, if my kids were healthy, I'd take it out. That's really the only topic. It's under the veil of being responsible, but it ain't that. I was like,
Sam,
fuck it, I can do
Sam
it.
knew. Sam was like, if your kids, it's almost as if the gods made your kids mildly sick just to pull back a little bit.
The gods don't like the show then, because they would have been really entertaining if I'd taken it out. I'm terrified of being the guy at the boat ramp that everybody else is looking at and like whoa, like yelling.
You'll be
things.
there. You'll be there. Yeah.
Because that
It's
happens
coming.
to all the newbies.
It's coming.
With anything that they get into, you always make a mistake, and it's always in front of a bunch of people that have experience, and they're always yelling, whoa, 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 as you crush slowly.
Well, you already did that.
Yeah,
when you were driving out.
Yeah.
Remember? It was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. You almost dumped the boat.
Yeah. So I get very embarrassed when a bunch of people who know what they're doing start yelling, whoa, whoa, whoa.
So here's my bet. Here's my bet of the week to go along with Air-Fryday. Tell me about your Greek turkey burgers. And beyond that, will he be able to stay at home and not get stir crazy or, quote, boat crazy?
You're just going to wash the rust off, right?
I mean, in
I was going to take the weekend.
What if they feel better it's Friday. What if they
That's
feel
what I'm
better?
thinking. I think tomorrow midday, they feel better, and he's like, Sunday, it's on, motherfucker.
I get back around 3 Sunday. I'll go out with you. I want to go.
Oh, you want to go? There's plenty of room.
He just wants to see your wife in that bathing suit, the deep V to the P.
Oh, yeah. Are you going to bring your girlfriend? I don't mind looking at that.
She just got some Laffy Taffy.
Oh, my goodness.
I don't think you should say that.
Oh, yeah, I probably
We're swapping Laffy Taffy. Let me eat that Laffy Taffy.
I may.
At least I'll grab you right by the tits.
Oh, we looked at his girlfriend's Instagram? Yeah, I did too.
Me too.
Did you enjoy it at least?
Yeah, I
got a nice
did.
ass.
Laffy Taffy.
Fast forward, we're in the middle of the ocean. In the middle. Boat's broken down.
We're gonna get out of here. We're gonna eat one of us.
I'll leave your Laffy Taffy.
Seth is the strongest, so I feel like he's going to kill me first.
I will be the dominant male on that ship 100%. Sorry, buddy.
You'll be weird. It's like
holding the flare gun.
Yeah, but it's weird because they didn't eat you. It's like, but I pull up. I'm in the Coast Guard boat. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. It's because maybe I
Come
got
save
worried.
me, yeah.
I got worried. You weren't texting me back. We pull up and you're sucking Seth's dick.
And he took 2 Viagra, so it's going to take a while.
Yeah.
If I go on that boat, it's going to be hard.
And your girlfriend's like, I'm so tired of sucking his dick. And this whole like, I got it.
He's steering it with Tommy Lee on the boat.
Honking the horn.
All right.
We've done a lot of damage today.
Captain stabbing cabin.
Captain stabbing cabin. All right, guys. Thanks so much for listening. We appreciate it. Be safe this weekend. Happy Valentine's Day. And we will see you next week.
See ya.
Oh, wait a minute. I can't publish that. It's mediocre.
And now it's time for the Tom and Dan end of the show footnotes. Today you heard music from
Church Girls. Philly has a pretty extensive indie post-punk scene, and you heard a little bit from that in the form of this rad little band. From their brand new album entitled The Haunt, you heard the song Florida. Definitely check these guys out. After that, you heard new music from Alex Ebert. Now, I personally feel that this is the epitome of what alternative music is. Is it rock? Is it hip-hop? Is it indie-tronic folk? Well, after founding Edward Sharpe and the Magnetic Zeros and winning a Golden Globe, Alex got a brand new album released entitled I vs. I, and you got to hear the brand new song Killer King, and yes, it is indeed pretty killer. This is my pick of the week. Warriors have a brand new album out called You or Someone You Know. Yes, I'm a warrior as well. And wouldn't you know it, it was produced by John Agnello, who you might know from his work with Sonic Youth, Kurt Vile, Dinosaur Jr. Well, you heard the lead single, Power Couple. The full length should be out soon. We closed everything out with new music from Blue Vervain, and I'm almost positive that you'll know who originally did this song. It's none other than the Fleetwood Mac classic Dreams. And on that note, guys, have a wonderful week. We'll see you Monday.